Tonight I have a good game that you probably haven't played, and you're probably wondering, like, why am I on the controller pack screen and why do I have a Diddy Kong Racing save here? We're not playing Diddy Kong Racing because you can see that Konami logo in the left-hand side. On the back of Castlevania Bloodlines last week, I said, I got a couple games of Konami's I want to show off, and there's no game I want to show off more than Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, which is what this game is, even though it doesn't look like it right now. But I started on the controller pack screen, which, by the way, whenever you boot up a game that utilizes it, hold start, and then it'll pop up. But the reason I did that is because, A, this game needs the controller pack for saving. There's no cartridge save for this baby. And because there's a couple opening cutscenes that I want to show you people. Because if you've never played this game before, and chances are you might not have, because this is part of a franchise that's huge in Japan, but we only got 5 games in it in the US. This is some weird stuff, but it's so wonderfully weird that I just want to show you guys and have a nice, relaxing cap off to the end of the week, which is what the point of Super Old Game Saturday is. That, have a nice time watching games, talking about games, hearing from people in the chat. So I'm going to go down to end, and we're going to get this party started. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit because we have 2 opening cutscenes that we're going to go through. And the first one is actually a fully vocalized piece of music, which, again, this is on Nintendo 64, and yes, there is a game on the N64 that has fully vocalized songs to it. One of 3 off my count. We'll get into that more next, but I will be quiet now while we look through the logoing here of Konami and get the show on the road. So enjoy.
Going now さごらん雲の隙間からほら見えてくる遥か空の彼方たとえ冷たい風にさらされても自分らしく生きてゆくのが一番だから頑張れそう頑張れ夢は一つじゃないさ手を伸ばせば掴めるよ Take a chance 頑張れそう頑張れ諦めないで口笛吹きさ歩き出そうよ Going now
Yes, this is the opening for Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, released in 1998 in the US from Konami for the Nintendo 64. The Japan got it at the end of 1997. Alright, now before we start, I'm going to go to options for those few things. Make sure we have stereo audio on. Data erasing, as I mentioned when I started, this needs the controller pack, and I have enough blocks for it, so we should be ready to go. Again, if you're going to buy this game, and I highly recommend you do, you're going to need a controller pack to save for this, so no cartridge saves on this baby. Now create the note, and when you do that, you have 3 Adventure Diary slots that take up 16 pages, which is not too bad for this thing, for the controller pack anyway, compared to games that take up the whole damn thing. But anyway, let's get the show on the road. I'm going to be quiet because we got another cutscene. This is going to be sort of lengthy to start up the strange story of what you just saw in the opening scene. But let's take a look. And we're back. So, this is the opening for, as I mentioned once again, this is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for the N64. I want to keep quiet during the cutscene because basically we have our buddy Goemon here, and if you hit the C down button, Abisamaru, his best friend, and we're in an alternate Japan, and Oedo Castle's just been shot with a laser by a UFO, and we need to go find out what the hell's going on. And that's going to be a question you're going to be asking, what the hell's going on, playing this game a lot, but just because of how weird and wacky it is. But behind it is a pretty fun action RPG, kind of in Zelda form, but it predated Zelda Ocarina of Time, actually, in the US by about a year in Japan, about 6, 7, 8 months in the US. But, and we're going to walk around, talk to people, and they're going to say, like, hey, what's going on with the UFO? Kind of walk around. Yeah, it's like Zelda with jumping in a lot of ways, and with a heavy Japanese flair. And some great music, as you're probably hearing for some of the stuff going on. Oh, here we go. This girl's going to tell us what's going on. Just now, Oedo Castle was hit by a mysterious beam, turning it into a European castle. If that beam hit me, would it turn me into a Model EU citizen? Yeah, this game is very strange and very cheeky, and I love it for that. And for just its style and its fun gameplay. And its great presentation. But, anyway, just kind of walking around, talking to people. He's an 85-year-old man, he doesn't know what's going on either. But, again, as Goemon to Abisamaru, you move around as expected, you can jump. You have a weapon you can hit and do like a triple combo with. Again, hitting C down switches between characters, and again, they can do hits and things like that. You control the camera using the R button and the C buttons, and we're going to be running into that a lot because this game's camera is not that great. But, again, it's high maintenance. But anyway, I'm trying to think what other things you have going on as far as controls. Oh, right, crawl. When you hit the Z button, you go into a crouch position, and you can move around. Yeah, this is weird stuff, but again, I just love how strange and unabashedly, unafraid this game is. Even like the idea, like here, he's like inching like an earthworm. Or perhaps doing something more suggestive, depending how you look. But anyway, we're going to go into town. Because we got to figure out what's going on at Oedo Castle, but we don't know if we can get there. Now, this guy... Oh, okay, he hit me. He's in the other games in this series. He's a robber. If he hits you, you lose money, but if you hit him back, he'll be going away. So right now, I'm just kind of going around, just talking to random people. Okay, we can't go into Oedo Castle, and why is that? There should be a star block set for emergency use. You should be able to move forward if you use the chain device used by Mokube, the pipe maker. Okay, so I don't have that. In this game, you have a selection of weapons. If you hit the C left button... Okay, I have two weapons. I have my pipe as Goemon, and you also have the Medal of Freedom, as they call it, where you throw pieces of your money, or Rio, as it's called here. You lose one each time you throw, but again, you can use it as a long-range projectile. Abisamaru right now only has one thing, which is this hammer. So for most of this, I'm going to be Goemon until later, or just for, for shits and giggles. Like if he said, pull up Abisamaru all I want. Okay, he has no job, so we gotta walk around. And I'll pull up Abisamaru because, again, one of the things you're probably noticing is the weirdness of the animations, and also some of the detail of the facial aspect, which I think is really kind of commendable in this game. What you're hitting there is like he's kind of changing his face around. And sort of the same with Abisamaru as well. You get really close up on those eyes, which are just really strange. But yeah, the strangeness of this game is only beginning with this, and this is such a great game. It's a great game that not many people on the N64, or who play N64, seem to know about. So I just want to show it off. Okay, so we got a couple places when you go into town. You have coffee shops. I came into this one for a very specific reason, because I have this girl, Amitsu, who we'll see a little bit later in the game. She wants to know what's going on. There's a weird UFO that came to town. UFO? You mean like a flying saucer? Does that mean the aliens have come? Well, I don't know. Let's see what she says. Will the aliens come to our coffee shop and try some of our dumplings? If they say the alien language for just such an occasion. Alright, so she's kind of calm about this idea of potential aliens coming in. So I'm gonna go next door. Next door is the restaurant. And you come in here, you can buy yourself food for health recovery. I'm not gonna do that now because I have full health. And usually when you go into a town, you can tell the important landmarks like that by the colors on the outside of them. Usually they're red or blue. So I can also talk to the dogs. I actually understand dog language. Better hurry up and hide somewhere else and take me in their UFO. If you're just thinking about it. I do like the idea that I can talk to animals in this one. Here's the other thing. This is the general store. I can pick up items here. Either plain rice balls or plum rice balls. I'm going to buy the plain rice balls, and the reason for that is because it's going to act like, I guess, a health recovery item if I die. So, just in case, I'm not going to die much in this game. Just for safety's sake, we're going to buy this. And that's going to be all I'm going to use today. At least for now, anyway. Now, next door is, I think, another shop. Alright, this is where I get I can buy armor as well. They go into the item box in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. I actually don't have money for anything else, but how this works is you can buy hats, which will give you protection against projectile attacks, and you can buy armor, which will give you protection against just contact damage or being hit full force by an enemy. For now, I should be fine. So I'm not going to take either of those. And the last place we're going to go is the inn. Each town has one of these things. You can come here and save your game by running an adventure diary, or you can spend the night. I'm not going to spend the night now, but I'll show that off later, because it actually gets kind of funny, because you have a choice of hotel rooms you can pick. Some of them cost more money, and depending on which one you pick, you'll get more health back when you get recovered. Now, what I want to do is I want to go this way. We can't go to Oedo Castle yet, because there's a star block. We need a pipe for that. We need another pipe to get over that. Well, actually... Alright, this is actually somewhere else I need to go later. The automatic closing device to be activated and the gate no longer opens. So, alright, I was at the wrong place, but I'm thinking right, as far as what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I did practice this game earlier, so... Because I played this game since it came out in 1998, but it's been a while since I played it, so I want to at least refamiliarize myself so I knew what was happening. So what we're gonna do is we're going the right way. Alright, so this is some guy saying here to go see the fortune teller with plasma power if I ever get lost. And you know what? I'll show this off now, just because, again, it's very freaky and it'll help out. Sorta. Here's Mr. Plasma. I love that. I love that voice so much. It's just so strange. When I played this game, I never thought, like, oh yeah, this weird thing, I'll come in here and then you'll get this guy going, Urajima. I just love it. Anyway, this is the Plasma Man. You can pay 10 Ryo to him and he'll tell you where to go. In fact, we're going to do that just for showcasing this. He'll get his mojo on and he'll give us some help. And again, you can come to him anytime you want when you have no idea where to go. It's kind of like the fortune teller in Link to the Past that way, but... With the power of Plasma, he tells us how to enter Oedo Castle, which is... right on the left side when you face this fortune teller. That'll take you to the Kai Highway, which will lead you to Mount Fuji. So basically what they're telling me is I need to go to Mount Fuji in order to get that pipe. I'm going to switch to Goemon, going through it. Right now, the thing is the characters don't really have any different attributes as far as moving and jumping that I can tell. But I sometimes get a sense that Goemon is better with jumping than Samaru is. We'll get other characters we're going to see later. But first we're going to go to Kai Highway, and I mentioned how much I love the music in this game already. Or if I didn't, I'm going to say it now. I love the music on this game. And we're going to get started with some of the best music in this game, which is saying a lot. We're going to Kai Highway. You'll enjoy this. Ah, God, it's so good. And yet it fits the Japanese flair of the game as well. I highly recommend looking up this soundtrack, just playing tracks out of it, because it really captures the feel of what you're doing. And it is of such high quality for N64. It's the kind of thing... Sometimes when you play a game on a system, you think, well, there's a kind of sound you associate, particularly for cartridge systems. And you can say that for N64 as well, but I don't really associate this as far as that. It's like, I don't get N64 on this. This sounds like something that could be like on a CD system. We're coming in the coffee shop first. because we want to get a map. And he'll sell it to me for a discount if I ask him. But he loves my enthusiasm, so he's going to give me a free map. When you're outside of the building, press the start button and you can look at the map and take a look. We'll do that when we look outside. The other thing is when you come to coffee shops, you'll be able to talk to this woman here, and she'll be able to sell you stamina dumplings. I don't need them because I'm full health, and also I don't have a whole lot of money. I'm going to have to get more money, but that'll happen as I go along. So let's go back to Kai Highway. Enjoy the great music again. Just beat these weird things again, because they'll drop money, they'll also drop health, just like Zelda, but again, when it comes to 3D styling, is that this game beat Zelda to the market by 7 or 8 months, so actually in some ways it was like right before Ocarina of Time this came out, and it was something that really kind of kept me going and kind of got me prepared for when Zelda Ocarina of Time came out. It's also a good one now if you played Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time like crazy. Like, I want to play something different that still plays kind of similarly, and it's the game for you. And I'm coming over here because if you're seeing the distance there, that little cat icon. That's a silver fortune doll. Collect 4 of those, it increases your health meter. So it's basically like the heart containers in Zelda. They're all around, and they're also the gold variances, which increase your health in one go. But whenever I run into them, and whenever they're easy to access, I'll be grabbing them. There's some I will not be getting, though. And again, when I did my test run earlier today, there's one of them. And I'll point out which ones they are. And there might be some I'm going to miss, so... And also, one other thing is, I'm not going to be completing this game. This is not a super long game. It's about 6 or so hours if you know it. But usually I don't remember the back half of it, and given that, I usually kind of stop playing usually around, like, 10 or 11, unless there's, like, a really extenuating circumstance, like when I did Halo. But, so I'm going to play about halfway through it, I think, to get hit by that guy, but we just beat him. Again, just having fun running around, jumping. I'm gonna jump over here, try to get this. Oh, I always, and even when I was playing today, I keep missing that jump. And it's tempting to blame the idea of like, oh, I'm playing this on HD TV with pass-through, but it's like, oh yeah, it's delaying my jump, but not really. So I mean, it's usually like I'm not hitting it at a time. But again, I'm gonna be going to get that before we continue our climb of Mount Fuji, which is definitely a lot smaller than we're familiar with, but again, this is kind of a more stylized take as far as like what Japan is. Actually, before I go on, let me show off the map, because you said press start and hit Z. And when you do that, you get your location where your map is, and you zoom out, and well, there you go. There's all of Japan. We're going to be hitting a couple parts of it, like there, and there. But again, we'll be hitting those places when we hit them. So I'm hitting Z to go back. That's my status screen, which shows the items I have and any magic powers I get when I get them. We're only going to be getting one tonight, given how the length of the game goes. But there's another silver fortune doll, so we're going to get our health up, or build up towards getting our health up. And avoid the boulders. Yeah, but again, they don't take off a whole lot of damage, so I should be alright. Honestly, this game isn't that difficult, again, as long as you're not completely reckless. But even if you are reckless, like I am, just like jumping into things, like, yeah, I can still kind of manage myself alright. But I'm gonna wait till we get over here, because that's a gap I want to jump over. Also, I think you can hit, oh no, yeah, you can hit the rocks, but from this angle, you're not going to be having much success. But thankfully, Mount Fuji has a lot of ladders, so we're going to have no problem getting up here. But also spinning platforms you gotta run across. Dumpling for good measure. I'll go in. Alright, here's the crater. Now, okay, that was my fault, but we have these little slinkies which are deadly to touch. I also don't want to fall off of that. It's not an instant death because unlike Zelda, you have lives in this game, but you will lose health. So I'm going to just stay here until, oh right, it goes back and forth that way. So let's avoid the slinky by crouching down and just let it go over us. And usually when I play this, I just kind of go to the right and just don't avoid them. I just tank the hit, but this is like, I'll be safe. Alright, so we're almost at the top of the biggest mountain, which again, doesn't look it, but again, the suspension of disbelief is not a problem for me when it comes to this game. Because this game is totally weird. We're going to see that as we go along, particularly as far as a lot of the cutscenes that we're going to see. The beginning of this with the weirdness of the laughing woman and the laughing guy and, you know, the guy without pants on is only the tip of the iceberg for this game. But again, it's like nothing else as far as other games that are like this. And again, it's part of keeping with this franchise, which is a huge franchise in Japan for Konami, but they've only released 5 games in it here. 2 for this, or 2 for N64, 1 for Super Nintendo, 1 for Game Boy, and the arcade game, Mr. Goemon, which is the first one, which actually just got released on the Switch about a couple months ago. Actually, no, last year it dropped. So you can play it that way too. And I'm going out here because there are items here, particularly this jar, which has some coins I want to grab, so I get some money as I go along. Also turn the camera. Again, I'm saying it's high maintenance. Even like there, I wasn't really turning the camera there. Sometimes when I'm like big at a turn like that, I'll just do a 360 on its own. Not so bad it'll get you killed, but it's something you got to be aware of. Alright, so here's Mokube, I should say. Press, you made it this far. What do you want from me? Well, let's ask what he's doing here. I'm the greatest mountain in Japan, so I can train to become the greatest worker in Japan. And now let's ask him the other question, which is if he has a good pipe. Pipe? Let me think. Let's see. Yes, I know. Take this. I'm honored to aid in my pipe. It attaches the block with the star mark on it. And that is the chain pipe. With this, we can hit it against the blocks that have stars on them and make cross the gaps. The other thing is I'm going out this way because I believe there's another item over here. Yes, there is. There's that gold dumpling, which recovers all of your health. Also, I'm going to jump off the mountain. There's no fall damage in this game, thankfully, so I'm going to be fine. Actually, I guess if I was doing a speedrun, that would probably be the quick way to do it because I hit the slope coming down. Let me also look at something else. Yeah, if you hit the C right button, you pull up the map for where you are. Unless you're in a dungeon, in which case you have to be pulling up. We have to get an item for that, so in that way it's like Zelda. But we'll get to that when we get to that, because actually, we are going to a dungeon next. So we have to make the long walk back. We have the Silver Fortune Dolls, we have that pipe, which, by the way, when we hit that, it kind of extends out, so it's kind of like the hook shot in Zelda, although in this case it's working on just a flat plane. But again, you can use it in the air like that. I sometimes like using that when you have enemies around, so you can kind of pop them from a distance, not have to use your money, or use the metal to waste money that way. Not that money's necessarily a problem as far as like getting it, but I sometimes like to hoard it, particularly because there's certain areas where they need you to buy certain things for story progression. But again, if you see the enemies in this attack, usually they'll give you money or health, as I mentioned. So get to enjoy the great music here. And the great sights. I mean, even for a game that came out in 1998, it definitely looks its age with some of the jagged edges. But even like some of the details, like the colors of the enemies, some of their movements, some of the animations that, like actually when I get hurt, in fact, let me show that off again. Let me change the camera around so I can get, yeah, you see him kind of getting like, you know, showing in pain, which is something pretty nice to see. You don't see that in a whole lot of games on this system, or out this era. This was kind of when they were starting to do it, but even like the idea of the cherry blossoms and the leaves coming down, even though it's a flat texture, and I turned the camera around to show that, but still, it's like, it's about the little things. I think this game is all about the little things, which kind of makes it so appealing to me. Alright, so with that, we're going back to town, and the music changed back to what we normally hear when we're in most towns in this game. But now we're going to go to the castle, and to get to the castle, we gotta go down this street and through that door right ahead. That, and I'm also gonna get the chain pipe ready. And go across the Nihonbashi Bridge. I'll say it's a beautiful bridge, fit for the honor of Uedo. Alright, and then here's this girl, I wonder what she has to say. Again, most of the dialogue here is flavor text, but it's very appealing flavor text. Just there, but the bridge that leads to the Uedo Castle has been destroyed, so no one can get in. What's going to happen? To be continued. And this is where you also get the sense that, yeah, this game is going to be breaking the fourth wall a lot. And it's, strange, but it's very appealing. Alright, so that's how you use the star block. Hit the chain pipe against it, and go across. I'm going there to get the Silver Fortune Doll. Because with this, when we get another one, we will have our health upgraded. I fell into the water, which was a mistake, but I can swim over here and jump on the platform to get back up. Also, I generally tend to like jumping and using the chain pipe that way, just for effect. I mean, generally it's pretty forgiving as far as when it hits it. It almost seems there's a little bit of a magnetizing factor on it when you throw it out, or a little bit of a lock-on when you have enemies around, because you can kill enemies with this thing still. Anyway, we're on the way to Uedo Castle, and just need to make this jump and walk up the path and be there. Here's some kickin' 90s house-style music. Get that thumping bass and then, like, the little percussion there. Here's the castle, and there is a sign outside. We want to talk to this because every time you see a sign outside of a castle and you talk to it, you get an option to save your game. We're going to do that, by the way. Are you ready? Press the A button. There we go. Save to the controller pack. Again, you need a controller pack to save for this game. So if you're going to buy this game, which runs about $60 so now, it's not cheap. But if you're going to get one of these, make sure to buy a controller pack along with it. Okay, so now we are in Uedo Castle, which has been transformed. I'm going to be breaking these vases because they have money. I could feasibly keep coming back in here to get tons of Rio, but I'm just going to hit the ones that are here and are on the other side.
You can't!
I can use this then. There we go, hit it from the distance. Goemon is going to be our best friend here because of that chain pipe. And turn around. Yeah, there's a keyhole. We can't get in that, so we gotta find the key. And there's the star block again, which you use to hit across the pit. And then collect the key. Though there is one thing I want to show off, and I actually didn't know this until today. I was actually watching a speedrun on this game because I'm curious, what's the fastest time running through this? I think it's about an hour and a half if you're not going for everything. And one of the tricks they used was actually, when you throw your money, it kind of pauses you in the air like that. You saw that? If you're running like this, you keep hitting that B button as you go across. Yeah, you can basically make that, so I don't even need the chain pipe, but it'll cost me money, so I'm not gonna do that. That's something I just found out today, so there's a lot of little things you can kind of find with this game. More of the Japanese version, from what I understand, but we're all American on this one. Which, again, to the US players, it probably didn't make much sense to people initially playing it. Like me, I mean, this is the first game in the series I played. At the time, I was like, I kind of rolled with it, but I was like, I wasn't necessarily understanding everything about it, because there are other games in this series. There are about 33 games in this series, but we haven't gotten most of them in the US. I'd love to see Konami try and bring back some of these, but given that Konami doesn't do much with video gaming anymore, it seems like, with a few exceptions, a couple bones that throws here and there, like the Castlevania collection. Generally speaking, I'm not holding my breath. And also, this game did not sell that well when it came over. I think it was about 60,000 copies. But it's something that still is a game that people who know this and love it absolutely know and love it. One thing I'm going to grab here is Mr. Elephant. That gives me the map of the dungeon. So yeah, you're seeing the Zelda parallels right away. But again, the styling of this game, as far as where I'm going, what I'm doing, and how my characters look and act, definitely make this more than just a wannabe of Zelda. But again, 3D-wise, this beat Ocarina of Time to punch. And again, it's more platforming aspect. Okay, there's the fourth Silver Fortune doll, so we're getting another part. Swim in the water and or jump on the turtles. Yeah, enjoy the music. This is a game that's definitely going to put you into that Japanese mood, and I do really like it for that. With that key, you can open the door. Alright. Beat the enemies here, and another door there with a keyhole, but oh, the floor, the tatami mats are coming up and trying to kill me. So let's hit them dead. Get the key. Yashihiro Ozu would be very sad to see his beloved tatami mats get destroyed like that. And if you understand what I'm talking about, bonus points for you. If you don't, he's a Japanese filmmaker who made some great films in the 40s and 50s and 60s that were all about low-angle shots on tatami mats. But a lot of other things that are really good about those. Well, I could definitely get into stuff as far as like film aspect as well. I should like pick a movie game to talk about as far as that. And I guess that might be an interesting question to chat. What movie-based games you might want me to play aside from GoldenEye, because I've already done that. But that, or mentioning what your experiences are with the Goemon or the Ganbare Goemon franchise, as it's known as. All right, I don't have the gold key, so I have to go this way. So I came in that way. So I have to go this way in order to get the gold. Avoid those enemies throwing things out of the present. But they tend to give me a lot of money. Or I've just been lucky with my drops. Oh, right, those will jump over me. But again, they're not too hard to deal with as long as you just hit them on the face. Hit those bigger ones twice. Let's pull a Bismara up for now. I don't need to use the block yet. Or the star block, at least. They have that nice little jog and skip, and then the waddle. And this game definitely uses the analog movement of the analog stick pretty interestingly as far as how the animation goes. It's just kind of doing like air swimming, then a jog, then a skip, and then a waddle run. Again, it's just very strange, but also kind of hilarious. And same with Goemon a little bit. He's just kind of doing a tippy-toe and then a run. That's a little more traditional. We'll see that with other characters we're going to run around with. A spoiler warning, we're going to have other characters going to see. Alright, the next level of the castle is coming up. And listen carefully to how the music is. In fact, start listening to it in about 2 seconds. Yeah, this game has adaptive music to it. So as you're going through dungeons, you run into situations where you're getting higher up and the dynamics of the song will change. In this case, they'll add more percussion and they'll add some other Japanese instruments to it. And I really like that. I really just like the idea. It gives you a sense that you're kind of progressing. You're getting up higher and higher. It just makes the music a lot better. It's almost like it's kind of building on it. It's like, oh, you're getting a little part of the song and then more of it. There's some other games I've played that do that, but oh, shit. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. You get crushed like that, that's death, so... Alright, yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but I should be fine. Alright, because I need to make that jump to get the silver key that's up here, and also come down in here, because I want to check something. Right, because there's a silver fortune doll in here. Actually, next time I see one of those, I'll also pick it up with a Busumaro, because then I want to show you how his animation is for when you pick up an item. Yeah, I gotta be careful not to get crushed again. Alright, we're gonna jump across the water and swim to the turtle, because I can then climb off of that. I get by the spike ball, but... Alright, now I gotta come in here to get the gold key in this area. And hit these enemies at the same time. Okay, now that hand up there, that will go down when we finish this dungeon. I'm not gonna come back for that because there's not a way to quickly get out of the castle. But behind that is a door that has a ton of money and a silver fortune doll. So I just wanted to give a sense that that hand will go away when I finish this dungeon, but we're not going to be showing that off because, again, the trek backwards is going to take too long. I just wanted to see earlier when I was doing a test run. I just wanted to make sure to see when that opened and how long it would take to get there. And I realized, oh, wait a minute. It's going to take too long, but I'll always tell you what's behind it. Alright, so there's the key we need. That was weird. What was that about? It looked like part of the scenery was tearing. Again, you can kind of see that as far as like some of these early 3D games. But again, it's nothing too bad. And for the most part, this game is pretty stable as far as frame rate most of the time. And we'll see other examples of that not happening later. But first, we pick up Mr. Arrow. Basically, he's the compass from Zelda. He'll tell me where the boss is. Just to show that off, I go in here, hit Z. He's on the 3rd floor. And I hit the B button, I can change floor to go up, or hit A to go down. But again, you tend not to need the map, at least not now. There's some of the other dungeons that get a little more labyrinthian than you will need before. But for the time being, we should be good. And avoid those floor cleaners. And the ninjas there. They'll throw those stars. You can knock them back. Let me try and see if I can do that. If I can get the camera to turn around where he is. You gotta time it just right. There we go. There we go. That was the sign of me hitting him. Now, because they caused me so much harm, I'm gonna kill them. We're almost to the end. I just need to go down here. There's some health. And there's the ninjas again. So there's a vase over there that has money in it. I'm not gonna go get it though. I'm just gonna jump on these and avoid the pit. If the pit is not gonna instantly kill me, I'll just lose health, but I still want to avoid it. Alright, there we are. So that's the next section, and we're good. We're getting a little bit of a story update here with Baron. For sure I heard something down there. Was it you guys? Who in the world are you? My name's Baron. I've come to make Oedo Castle a beautiful stage. Stage? What would we need a stage for? Goemon, this smells like danger to me. Why don't we just grab this weirdo by the throat and beat him up a bit? Yeah, I stayed quiet for that intentionally because this game has a laugh track. The idea of these guys who want to turn Japan into a massive stage, it definitely plays the part with third wall breaking, some of its theatrical aspects, and the fact that there's laugh tracks on some of the lines. Or even like, and they actually will pitch it differently based upon how more funny it's supposed to be. I mean, for a lot of people playing this, really say like, what the hell is this? But again, it's just kind of a strange situation. And it's one of those, because honestly, I can't really think of a whole lot of other games that have intentional laugh tracks like this. The only other one I can think of is Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights on the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. But anyway, and then he exits stage left, and you get the applause of the audience watching, which I think is kind of a great touch. But we gotta go in here, because we have a boss to fight, and there is a silver fortune doll and some health. Okay, so this is Congo. He's our first boss. Now, how he works is you hit his little chin right there, or underneath it. Just keep hitting it. This is basically all the fight is. When you hit it enough times, yeah, he'll do that. Part of him will come off, and then he'll have those little lasers on the ground. Yeah, you touch him, you get hurt. So you have to jump over them. You can still technically hit him while this is happening, but the hitbox for him is so unbelievably precise, it's pretty much just going to count like that. Just keep hitting. Okay, this is basically the boss. It's kind of repetitive, but some of the other ones will get a little more accurate. Again, you also get to enjoy the music and the kind of epic feel of like this weird wood robot thing we're killing. variety, we're gonna put this tomorrow out. Again, I don't think there's any difference as far as the power of their weapons, at least these weapons anyway. I think there are other weapons they can get later that might be more powerful, but for the purpose of this, it doesn't really matter what I do. I can hit him with either character. I think I have 1 or 2 more cycles left. I think this is the last cycle. When he loses his left eye, then that's when I know I'm almost done. One more. He does take a little bit of time, but he's not too bad. Not too bad to fight. Again, unless you almost hit the lasers like I just did. That's how to do it. There we go. The Congo's gone. With that, we get a moon. This is the Miracle Moon, in the shape of a moon. We'll find out what that does later, but... yeah, we're switching to Goemon for this. Actually, the cuts, because we have a cutscene that's coming up, and sometimes I'll change the dialogue a little bit depending on what character you are when you walk in. I'm going to pull in this Goemon because main character and all that. Here's the Lord of the Castle and Princess Yuki, who we saw getting... something happened to them earlier on in the opening, but they're safe now thanks to us. Lord, what's become of Oedo Castle? Suddenly there's the bright light, and next thing I know, we'll look around you. We saw from the outside. The whole castle transformed when that peach beam hit it. I remember that strange man was yelling something like, "Instant stage beam." Instant what? That's a strange name. By the way, where did that weirdo go? He rushed off in an awful hurry. I got a favor to ask of you. Did you catch the guys that did this to Oedo Castle for me? I beg you. You bet we won't let you down or give me a break. I'll say no, just for the purpose of this. I've never heard anything so sad in my life. Of all people, Goemon the hero. I beg you once again, please. I think you eventually will have to say yes, but I'm going to say no again. I really don't want to. Oh wait, no, it's the same situation, so... oh, okay, I didn't remember that happening. The audience will be upset if I say no, but alright, fine, we'll help. Can't let anyone do something like this and get away with it. Good, I knew I could count on you, eventually. Almost forgot, take this with you. As long as you've got this, you'll be able to open the gate. This is the Super Pass. That'll let us get past that gate that those guards are standing by. Counting on you. At the end of any dungeon as well, you also get the prompt to save, so we're going to do that. And again, you need the controller pack for this, which I mentioned because you're thinking, well, you know, like, I'm so used to cartridge saves on this system, but nope. And you're also probably wondering as far as the Rumble Pack as well. Well, we're gonna get into the Rumble Pack usage for this game, because I didn't even know it existed, and it's unbelievably specific. You're gonna want to stay tuned for that one. I'll get into that later. But there's no point of using it, again, because you need the controller pack to save. And we'll find out. I'll go into that when we get to that. But for the time being, we're going to go back. And we're going to take a little bit of a shortcut in order to get back to the bridge. So I'm going to take a swim. So while I'm swimming towards my destination, question to chat, what is your experience with the Gambare Goemon games? Have you ever played this one? Or have you played the other ones which came in the US, which were Mr. Goemon, the arcade one, Legend of Mystical Ninja for the Super Nintendo, this, Goemon's Great Adventure for the N64, and Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for the Game Boy. And I'll have Silver Fortune on that end as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if any of you guys have any experience with this franchise, but I'd be curious to hear. Because I get the sense that I'm the only one who's played some, if not all, of the games in the series that we got over here, which I've personally played 3. This, the Super Nintendo game, and then Goemon's Great Adventure, which I also have, and I could show that off. Actually, I have the Super Nintendo game as well, so that's another one for another time as well. But you just climb up here so I get a shortcut to that bridge. Oh my god! This is the Lord's Super Pass. With this, the gate will open. So they open the gate. Now, I'm going to talk to these guys, because this is pretty funny to hear. That's it for us. If only the title of this game was starring Gatekeeper rather than starring Goemon, then we'd have a lot more fun than the other one. We'll just keep standing here until you clear the game. Kind of painful. Kind of depressing. Yeah, I do like that. Just the idea that this game is having fun with the idea we have non-player characters around. And, like, not doing anything. Alright, so here we are in Musashi, which is kind of a little bit of a hub area. We're going over here to hit and kill him. And then also to get a silver fortune doll, which is in this pit over here. Also, there's that metal block. We can't get past that yet, and we're not going to see that tonight. Because, again, the length of this game, I'm not going to be finishing the whole thing in one sitting. But that did get me some health, so... Got me health, and it got me an extension of my health, so we're good there. But again, I will come back to this game, because I do want to finish it off at some point, but I'll just give you guys a little bit of a taste. About halfway through, I think. I think it's about... three and a half hours, I would say. And again, I have a familiarity with this game, so we're not going to run into any trouble with, oh yeah, I'm going to be stuck in a loop or something. You know, we are not hearing any music here, but again, that's by design. I guess for immersion. But I do like the idea you get to hear the echoing of the character yells. So pull the camera out a little bit. Alright, now we're in Iga. All you just need to do is climb up this little hill here. Yeah, you can't jump on enemies, by the way, just to give us an indication of that. Okay, I don't need the health, so I'm gonna leave that be. Right, if you hit the slope wrong, you're gonna slide down. Alright, there's the map. Okay, so we're good. Let's walk down the road. Towards that tall tower in the distance. There's the house of the wise man. Oh, and it just blew up. Oh shit. Alright, so yeah, we're in bad situation, so let's see what's going on with this. All that's left is this conch shell. See, this is the Triton shell that summits gigantic robot Impact. Wise Man had it. So is this rubble all that remains of the Wise Man's house? Ooh. Oh, and there you are again. Oh my god, you're that weirdo from Oedo Castle. Not only Oedo Castle, but now the Wise Man's home. How senseless can you be? You weirdo. Yeah, he calls the characters weirdos all the time, and they don't like it. But the audience sure likes it. Not nice to call people names. I'm gonna crush you with my robot. You coward, I'm not letting you get away with this. Alright, so this is gonna be a save point because we have a robot battle coming up. And you remember how the opening cinematic was voiced with a vocalized song? So is this. I'm just gonna let you sit back and listen to this, and then I'll talk about it when I start playing.
魂がうなる俺は機械だ鉄人だ今解き放てよ鋼の魂悪い奴らをぶち壊せ必殺必殺限界パワーだ百裂パンチ俺はインパクト
Yes, this is Goemon Impact, the robot on roller skates. Another way is why I love this game. The unbridled insanity. I'm on roller skates, destroying houses and enemies, trying to build up my money and my health, and jumping over this. I just love that song so much. It is just such a great J-pop aspect. Again, the fact that I'm playing a Nintendo 64 game that has fully vocalized lyrics like that. Oh, or if I crash into that, I'll get myself hurt. But again, I can come back because Goemon Impact is a strong robot now. But yeah, it's like the only other games I can think of that do vocalized songs like that on this system probably would be Conker's Bad Fur Day and Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. Unless, Chad, you remember anything else that does that I'm not aware of. Dash, dash, dash! I do love the lyrics and all that stuff for it as well. I remember I played this game when I was growing up. I was like, what is this? But I was like, I also kind of love it. Now that I'm older, like looking back on it, realizing, yeah, this is kind of like an early introduction to like Japanese culture and anime to an extent. Also, I guess this character is kind of based on a Japanese folklore hero. But after the skating section, you come to the robot battle, which is a one-on-one fight with this guy we're going to see. Kashiwagi. Now, remember I said earlier that there's RoboPack support in this game? The box doesn't say there is, the manual doesn't say there is. There is RumblePack support for this game in these sections of the game only. Every other time you use the RumblePack in this game, it doesn't do anything unless you're in the Goemon Impact fights. I don't know why that is, but again, it goes with the weirdness of this game. Now, you're in a first-person perspective. You want to punch out the missiles and defeat this guy before your oil gets to 0. The other thing you do is hold the R button to pull him in with the pipe, and then just hit him with a punch combo, or hit punch, 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 and then kick. But there's other things you can do, and you need to actually have the manual in order to understand what some of these things are, and I'll show them off. Alright. Yeah, if you double tap C left, you do a block, like boxing. Or C right, you can also do the same thing. The other thing you want to do is, again, pull him in. In fact, I'm going to pull him in now and do this. Miss. Now, if you hit C up, C down, C up, A. Okay, I missed it. I got to do it faster. There we go. That's the rapid punch. That does a lot of damage on him. There's his health, by the way. So I usually want to get him into a grip and then hit that button combination. And do a bunch of damage on him. There is one thing I want to do also, and I'm going to do that when he gets down to about 400 health. You can also do a kick, but again, you have to time that specifically, and there's another button combination. Pull him in, though, for the time being, and do the rapid punch. Or just punch him in the face, because you have two different punches. B is your light punch, which punches faster. Oh, and he also has this Mirage attack. A is your harder punch, but what you want to do here usually is just kind of keep him at bay. Keep his Mirage at bay, or let him hit you. Now the other thing is Rio there, if I hit the Z button, I can shoot money out. I'll get money by hitting those bullets back. I can use that to kind of hit him that way. But for now, it's not really important. The other thing I want to do is, over there, that radar thing I got there. I'm going to punch him. I want to get him down a little more. When you have that built up, you can do certain attacks. There's one in particular I'm going to finish him off with. You know? A little more before I do it. I get very specific on how I do that. And I have to have my bar filled up to do it. So, a little more, and then I'll do it. That'll just give him, like, 2 punches. Yeah, knock him away. There we go. So now what I want to do is I want to get him in my sights. Now, you know what? I'm going to get him over one more time, punch him, and then do this. Okay, so I got to hit. There. Ah, I missed. Crap. Alright, that's the mouth laser. You have to press. Follow me on this one. You have to press C up, C right, C down, C left, and the Z button with that bar filled in order to hit him. I was too early. Okay, that is the kick piece. I get to show that off. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do the mouth laser or hit him with it. If you do that, you get a nice cinematic view showing him getting that, but I'm just going to pull him in, pipe the guy, and he's dead. But yeah, I had to do that very specifically for the laser, but point is, he's dead. I, of course, love the shot here when there's the explosion going on, and Goemon Impact, that's the face of, like, that guy just died, and he's taking total pleasure in it. And then the eye wink. And the title drop! Ah, Mystical Ninja Storm Goemon, folks. And with that, we're done with Impact for the time being, and for the night. We'll see him when I come back to this game, but he's got to go off to America, because he's making the movie. Because he's a huge star, like Godzilla over there. But if we ever run into him, we have that shell, and we'll be able to call him. There are two other situations we'll see him in the game, but again, this is the last time we're going to see him tonight, so I hope you enjoyed. Alright, so now what I gotta do is I gotta keep walking. So we got the next town coming up, and we have a new face we're gonna run into in just a few seconds. Right, here's Zazentown, or Zazentown, I should say. But we're being watched. So is you guys. So this is Yai. She is a secret agent ninja, and she's been following us apparently. It's following that peach-shaped UFO. That UFO has something to do with what's happening, doesn't it? Yes, definitely. Oh, right, and there's a narrator in this game. I guess this is Mr. Elephant. In order to defend the peace of Japan, secret ninja agent Yai has begun to investigate strange occurrences happening throughout Japan. They're thought to be caused by the mysterious Flake Gang. Did you find anything out about the Flake Gang? All I found was that there are several members, calling themselves the Peach Mountain Shoguns. I don't care if we're talking about Peach Mountain, Chestnut Mountain, or Pear Mountain. They better be ready, because I'm going to kick their butts. Looks like our objective's the same, then. Wow, we can go together on our adventures. Yes, I guess you're right. And that we have Yai as a playable character. I'll switch her hit sheet down. Alright, now how Yai works is... Again, she plays the same as the other characters, but... Maybe it's just me, but I get the sense she jumps better. I think, but again, I can't really prove that. It just seems like she runs better. Also, her walking stance when you're doing the tiptoes, like the ninja walk, which is kind of hilarious. And her weapon is the katana, and you can split things in half with it. Like that, but we'll see that later. Let's see what guys in town have to say. Or girls in town, too. Benkei is sitting on Gojo Ohashi Bridge, not allowing anyone to get through. But through once he's taken care of everything and added to his collection. Alright, let's see what that's about then. Here's Benkei. Hey, stop right there. You want to get by here, hand over the treasure you have. Well, come on, what is it going to be? Oh, I was going to fight him, I guess. That's what I was going to try and do. Let me try that again. Oh, I guess I just skipped through that. But, alright, so we're going to get past him somehow. But before we do that, we're going to go down this area, or down this path. There's a silver fortune doll we can get. Okay, if we hit the water thing like this 3 times. There we go. Oh, right, you can also kind of hang off of platforms, and again, they have interesting animations, or unique animations, depending on which way you're leaning. And each character kind of has that. And again, showing off the strength of the facial expressions, which I love. I really like when games do that, especially from this era when you didn't really have much of them going on. Yeah, Goemon is looking really weird and scared. Whereas Abysamaru kind of is going to care a little, but actually, it's kind of. But not as much as Goemon. Goemon's like, oh shit, I'm going to die. But that's fine. Let's go to the other side of town. Let's see if there's anybody else here who can tell us anything. Benkei, you'll find at Goju Bridge, is treasure maniac. He waits at the bridge looking for rare treasures carried. Okay, that's the Duck Creek. That's Mount Nyoigatake. Sorry, okay, I just had to get that pronunciation right. We're gonna go there next time I pick this game up. That's the Golden Temple. Let's take a quick look here. We're not hitting this until a little later, but here's the priest. You're led to this Golden Temple, so I'll listen to your sermon while you're here. Also, song and autograph session. Okay, we're not going to be able to hear that then. That's all he's going to say now, so that's going to be the end. And this is to the Chugoku Region, which we're not going to be going to later. I don't think we can even go in here, but I'm going to check that just to make sure. Door that leads to Bizen, located in the Chugoku Region west of here. Apparently some kid was fooling around in some of that door so it won't open. Real problem. Yeah, okay, so that's what happened. I want to avoid falling off of that. Right, what's this kid have to say? Mom told him not to go outside because the kids are being kidnapped. I'm a big boy now. There's nothing I can't handle. I will say. So what person in this town has crossed Gojo Hashi Bridge without handing anything to Benkei? His face is pretty good looking when it comes to his personality. Alright, so there's a character we need to go see. In fact, we're going to go to the upstream of the Duck Creek to get to him. And I'm going to talk to the dog in the meantime. Chiyomaru. These are the upper reaches of Duck Creek. We'll go down the creek, you'll reach midstream, then a little further is downstream. Which would mean that since I'm up here, I must be up the creek without a paddle. Yes. See, even dogs are up there with their wordplay. Because again, the characters of this game can understand dog, which is kind of an important skill to have. We're just going to walk down here, and we're going to find the guy we're looking for. He should be able to help us get past Benkei. This is my property, Ushiwaka. And so, who is Ushiwaka? I'm going to ask who he is. You got a nerve asking me who I am. You don't recognize me? I'm only telling you once. Keep your ears wide open. I'm Ushiwaka, the best little unite in the world. Now remember that. Now I'm going to talk to him again. I'm going to ask him again who he is. I told you I was only going to ask you once. I'm not telling you again. I love that attention to detail. The fact that he's only going to tell me once. But again, if you forget who he is, you can just talk to the sign. But anyway, let's ask him. We hear he's supposed to help us getting past Benkei, so let's see if he knows what we can do. Take a follower to me. Wait a second. I bet you're trying to get across the bridge and that he's blocking. Am I right? Yes. Do me a favor and I'll tell you how to deal with him. I'll do him a favor then. Catch me some fish from the Duck Creek. First catch 3 bluefish. Alright, so we gotta walk around here. We gotta pick up the fish that are running around in the stream. First he wants 3 bluefish. And they'll be in the areas across Duck Creek. But in this case, we only need 3 of the bluefish, so we're all set. By the way, if you pick up any of the wrong fish, it'll just give you an error message saying, hey, this isn't the right color. But we won't get penalized. Okay, so there's 3. So now he wants 5 yellow fish, so it gets a little more aggressive with how many he wants as we go along. Alright, so there's 1. There's 2 here. I think that's all the ones up here. So I'm going to go to the other side. Just waddle through the water with Abysamaru. I just love this animation. I can't think of any other game where I have like a character doing that, but again, I love it. 1 more, and they are over here. Somewhere. I know there are 2 yellow fish over here, so there we go. There's the last one. And then we got one more to do, and that's the one that's going to take the longest. In the meantime, you can enjoy this peaceful Japanese village music. If you're looking for something to go to sleep to, even though it's 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, just put this music on and just rest and let your eyes get heavy. Okay, we got to get 8 redfish, so... the easy way to do this probably is to go upstream to start. Alright, we're gonna have to go downstream again anyway, so... Oh, wait, that's not a redfish. I didn't even see that. I guess it had turned its fin so much that, again, it kind of blended in with the screen. But again, that's at least what happens when you get a fish that's not the right color. But it doesn't penalize you, thankfully. Another redfish here now. I think one more. There we go. So that was our 8 redfish, and he'll help us get past Benkei.
Yeah, pot.
Alright, you did it. Lost fish, I won't go hungry for some time. As promised. Throw this at Benkei and he'll move aside. So we got the Achilles heel.
Yep.
Alright, so since Benkei is over here, just have to go up this ladder and we'll be right there.
Yep.
Alright, so there he is again. Let's walk in front of him. Hey, you over there, if you want to cross this bridge, I can see in your eyes you want to fight. Very well, however, if you lose, I'll blast you far away. Well, it's a fight with Benkei. Look out for the instant that he reaches the ground when jumping, and throw the Achilles heel at him 3 times with the time limit. This is, I think, the first minigame we're playing, and you throw it by pressing the B button. Alright, so what you want to do is you have 50 seconds, he'll do that jump, and you want to throw it there so that eventually it'll hit him, and you have to time it eventually so that it'll be right when he comes down, otherwise he'll swipe at it. But sometimes he can jump over it. But again, if you time it right, he's brought to his knees. And the narrator gives us a historically inaccurate factoid. Ever since the Achilles heel was thrown at Benkei, Achilles heel was meant to be the weak point of someone. Yeah, and even Abyss and Mara's calling bullshit on that. Apparently Greek mythology doesn't exist, or at least the narrator doesn't think it exists, but Abyss and Mara knows it. Defeated the same way I was by Ushiwaka. Please, I beg you, don't tell anyone I lost, please. I'll let you pass the bridge at will and give you something from my collection. It's a dead body. Well, actually, kind of is for the time being. Actually, it's our friend Sasuke. He's a robotic ninja, but he's not in commission right now. All stiff with his batteries almost falling out. There's none other than the mechanical ninja Sasuke. We'll see him later. Where'd you get this? Came falling from the sky the other day. I wonder if it's anything to do with the explosion at the wise man's house. In any case, don't tell a single soul I lost, okay? So with that, there is Sasuke. Dead, but he's still with us. And with that, we can pass by. I'm going to Yamato. Yamato. I'm hearing another catchy as hell music track. And again, if you want to get in the Japanese spirit, this is a game to play and a game to put the music on too. So there's this temple. Yeah, okay, I don't have to jump on top of it. But unfortunately, we can't get in right now. Doors closed with magic powers, but we can break it. The way to do that, and the way to also make progress, is we need to go into the bamboo forest, particularly to the turtle rock. Now these signs will tell us what's going to happen here. Pushing it to the north, the key to the close at Yamato Shrine is, well, it'll be open if we push it north. And those signs correspond with where the directions are. Because from this perspective, it looked like north, south, east, and west. But it's actually this way. But again, each of the signs will tell me something different. West, money makes the world go round, will come to you as well. South, a lucky cat will drop into your lap. And west, or east, magical red gate should take you to a new land. So we're going to do a couple things first. First, we're going to push it to the south. When you do that, get a silver fortune doll.
What is it now?
And next, we're going to push it west to get money, and we're going to see. I'm saying that this game has a pretty decent frame rate. Not in a second, it won't. We're going to get a ton of money, but Jesus Christ, does it bog the game down something fierce. Generally speaking, I know I'm going to be considered a heretic for saying this. This game has a better frame rate than either of the Zelda games on this system. But when you get a lot of objects on the screen, hell no, it doesn't. But again, we got to deal with that. We're going to have to deal with that one other time, which is going to be kind of an annoyance. But before we do that, that's the east side. But what we're first going to do is going to open up that shrine and go in. You don't have to go in here, but I want to show it off. So we do that, we come out to the Yamato Shrine. And we want to climb up this for two reasons in particular. Or three reasons. Blasphemy. Blasphemy of what? Go missing the shrine?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not missing the shrine, at least in this case. Because what's in here is 2 silver fortune dolls and a surprise pack. And you'll see what a surprise pack does in just a minute. Oh, unless I miss the jump, in which case I'll go about that way. Again, I don't think the characters have different jumping aspects, but I always get the sense that maybe it's because... Talking about Zelda, you know, I'm not talking bad about Zelda. I'm just saying that they were pushing the hardware in certain ways, but it did have a cost at frame rate, and in some ways they were worse than this game that came out a year after that. But, again, those games are awesome too. This is just a different take on a style like that, and again, if you played Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time to Death, and you're like, I need something different that plays a lot like it, Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon is the game you want. Right, there we go. So here's the surprise pack. That's a life. There we go. So... Okay. Oh, actually... Alright, I missed that jump. Now, the thing is, I actually would have to fall down that way. Because the other things that are here are 2 silver fortune dolls. In fact, just again, I think it's a placebo in my mind as far as whether Yai jumps higher or better, but I'm using Yai, I'm sorry. But again, I'll be swapping between characters. Okay, no, in that case, I just missed the jump, so... Yeah, in some cases, the depth of the platforms can be a bit of a problem, but when I was testing this game earlier today, I didn't have a problem dealing with this. I did actually play through a good amount of this. In fact, I think I played up to the point where... Or to one of the points where I would stop for tonight, I think. Well, with one exception, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Jump. I keep missing that jump. Alright, while I'm trying to get this, chat, I want your experiences on the Mystical Ninja games, what you're thinking of what you're seeing, or I guess any aspect to keep going about this, so at the very least it's not just, oh yeah, I'm missing this jump still. But I'm going to assume maybe in some cases this is going to be new territory for some of you. Oh, that was close. Right, because you can grab on the edge of ledges, so alright, that was close. But my question from before still stands. Yeah, unfortunately the camera's stuck, so I can't really turn it. Alright. That's one thing Zelda does better than this camera. And that's even though you can adjust this one more. But there we go. There's the 1 silver fortune doll. Now I want to drop down. There we go. Now I intended to do that because I need to drop down here specifically New and looks like an old 64 game. Yeah, 1997 in Japan, 1998 in the US. So yeah, I need to make that jump specifically, and there we go with the strength gauge increased by 1 by getting that last silver fortune doll. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the sense this is something that most people haven't played, but it's... When I think of Nintendo 64 games, this is an interesting point of discussion, because I have to go back to the Turtle Rock again. What are some Nintendo 64 games that you love that you're pretty sure that other people haven't played? I would put this in that category. I would put Snowboard Kids 2 in that category. I would also put in... I'm trying to think of another good example of a really great game on that system that I know nobody's played. Those two are the ones that really come to mind the most. Or this one and Snowboard Kids 2, and I'll do that at some point for sure. Alright, we came to this, and we have to go through this portal. And, yeah, this game is going to be going in slow motion. Yeah, so even, like, the sound effects aren't even matching up because of how much is bogging down. The reason for that is because there are a lot of enemies on screen, and... Yeah, look at Yai just doing that slash. But yeah, this is the husband and wife rocks, and you have to come here for a silver fortune doll, so there's not a reason to come here outside of that. But I'm coming here to show it off. But yeah, while I'm climbing up this, because that's what I'm climbing up for, the silver fortune doll, and to get my way back. And to fix the frame rate, because every time I kill the enemies, the frame rate gets a little better until it gets back to normal after I kill that guy there. There we go. Okay, so now we're good. We'll get the silver fortune doll and be on our way. Alright, now back we are, and we're on Awaji Island. Now, what we need to do next is we need to go up to... We need to go to the coffee house, which we're going to run into in just a second. And then we need to go to the travel center, which is on top of the mountain, or on top of the island. And again, see it bog. I mean, I'll say this about Zelda, both of them. Even though its frame rate is slower, it is more consistent in a lot of cases than this game is, in some cases. But at least there's another surprise pack, so I get another life. Alright, I could come here as well. I want to go to the coffee shop for another reason, and we'll explain that in a few minutes. Alright, that's the stuff about the turtle stones. This guy's wondering why it's a rabbit stone. Alright, the tourist center at Awaji Island will transfer you to a place far away called Instant Pleasure. Oh, okay, yeah. This game is rated E, I swear to God. Alright. Yeah, it definitely has a weird element to it. Again, the Japanese styling, and again, I can really like it for that. And again, that's another reason why, to me, this is a Nintendo 64 game that most people don't know, it seems, or haven't played if they know of it. And it's one that, like, you want something new for Nintendo 64, you feel like you played everything on it, this is a great game to do that. Well, again, that and Snowboard Kids 2, and I'm just trying to think of another really good game on this system that... Well, I guess Harvest Moon 64, that's another one. But again, there's a lot of games on this system. I got a lot on it in 64, and we can work towards those as we go. But anyway, here we are at Oedo Tourist Center's Awaji Island branch. Should carry me to Shinkoku at once, the Proud Dragon. Well, so they say, because a Proud Dragon's gone wild and they can't carry you now. I could help her, but let's not for the time being. Yeah, I wasn't meant for this. Actually, no, it's fine. We'll do it. So they're going to take us up to the dragon, and we're going to be able to hopefully tame this thing. Or train it. I think this was 12 years before the film How to Train Your Dragon, but this is definitely a weirder case of dragon taming than that, and a more blocky one. The enemies are going to come a little faster like this, and I can fall off and take damage, and I have to restart at the tail of the dragon, so I don't want to do that. But I can just walk right through his spines. They're just an illusion. Get hit. But again, enemies are not going to be the trouble here. It's going to be falling off, because if you jump on the sides too much, the wind sometimes can pull you away. Or if you get hit and get knocked back, yeah, like that. If you're too close to the edge, you might get hurt. In fact, I should probably not be using Yai for this, because her range on her katana is not very effective. Alright. So they kidnap kids with talents using this dragon, and this is Cohen. Yeah, no comments. Might you be one of the Peach Mountain Shoguns? How do you know about us? I get it, he must be the annoying clowns Baron was talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna beat you all up. Control machine, go get him. Alright, now the control machine is gonna rotate like that and shoot out bullets. When he stops turning gold, you can hit him. And you have to hit him 6 times. The easy way to do this, actually, and the way I'm not doing it, I guess because I'm stubborn, is because I could just use Goemon and use the Medal of Justice. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I'm concerned about, falling off. And the dragon is tilting left and right. He won't go upside down, thank God. So I'll be safe. Ooh, yeah, but I can sometimes miss that. Yeah, it looks wonky shit, and there's a reason for that, because again, the way the collision works, yeah, I sometimes am sliding around. It seems like I'm kind of stuck, the way it handles slopes, and that's the reason for that. But, again, if I'm just a little more careful, I think 2 more hits. I just don't want to fall off, because if I do, I have to walk all the way back here to kill him. Okay, 1 more hit. Got him. There we go. First try. Didn't take me first try in the test run today. It took me 2 or 3. So it's definitely an upgrade. Now we got the dragon tamed. Down we go to Kampira Mountain. Oh, Kamipra Mountain. No, Kamipa Mountain, I think. We'll see it again when the text comes back. But, yeah, that kid hit the ground. I swear to God, he's alive. So this is Koryuta. He's the dragon. Or he's the son of... He's descended from dragons. Yes, he's none other than Koryuta, the son of the dragon god. Goemon has always explained everything to him. Oh no, so you're telling me that I was the one out there kidnapping children all over the place? I don't know if I can recover from this. I'm a bad guy, a villain, a criminal, a demon, a devil, right? You're hypnotized, there's nothing you can do about it. Still, by the way, you don't remember anything that happened, do you? Like where you took the kids? Yes. That's right, the hot springs. Hot springs? I remember going to the Dogo Hot Springs just west of Iyo. Dogo Hot Springs is a pretty popular spot. Koryuta, you must return to being a tourist as soon as possible. I'll rescue the children myself. Really? Thank you very much. Oh, here's something. Please take this. This is Koryuta's flute. You play this at any time, he'll come and pick me up, and I can use that to go to any town or coffee shop that I've been to. That's why I went to the coffee shop at Awaji, because I wanted to make sure that I'll have a warp point there. And I'll show that off in a little bit anyway. I'll arrive at your side in dragon form. I'll take you to any town, village, or coffee shop or castle that you've been to. That would help a lot, but I have no idea how to play the flute. I know how to play the flute. Me too. Okay, then Yai is going to get the flute. And Abysamaru is just getting the flute tonight. And again, I'll show this off in a few minutes, because we have to do one other thing while we're here. You press the B button when you're outside of a dungeon or a cave. As he's going to tell us right now. If you're inside a building, a castle, or store, I won't be able to hear the flute. Just make sure you're outside. And then off he goes. Alright, I'm gonna walk in here briefly This is Folky Polk Village. We'll come back here in a second. We need to climb the mountain first. Yeah, it's Compira Mountain, so we just gotta climb up the steps. There's a power-up we're gonna need to get when we jump up here. And avoid the rocks, although I think you can, yeah, you can destroy the rocks with your weapon. And they'll drop health. Or money, basically. Oh yeah, they did drop money. So basically they're an enemy. Or I can get hit by them. Either or. Of course, seeing everything jitter like crazy, but... we should be fine. Oh yeah, and these guys. Let's cut them down. And again, get some money while we're going. Alright, here's another coffee shop. So he doesn't want to go up the steps again. Good thing moving on the stairs. Alright, what about that guy? Those over there will likely experience the same destiny as self, resident here many, many years. That they will. Alright, so at the third block, we need to go one more block to get to the summit. Okay, so here we are. We're at the Compira Mountain Grounds. And at the temple, we got one thing we want to do, but I want to look around a little first. Got really gloomy passages. You drifted for years, finally come to this place to see. They make me a nihilist? Maybe. Alright, so we have to go to the shrine, but before we do that, we're going to talk to the priest. It's Compira, not Campari. Well, that's beside the point. Put 5 Rio in the offertory chests in the shrine. If you do this, you receive help from God. Alright, let's have God help us. Have him look down on us for something. Let's see. So, what you want to do is you take out Goemon, toss 5 Rio into this. There we go. With that, the God of Money is here. Got my Medal of Justice, and we are going to get an upgrade to it. The Medal of Flames. Continuously holding down the B button and letting it go, powerful metal surrounded by flames will be thrown. You can also light torches using this. So, let me show this off. So yeah, when you're holding it up, it then turns into fire. Let go of the B button, boom. Turns into fire, and it causes more of a punch on enemies, and it will light things up. It costs 3 Rio to use. We're not going to be using it that much, but there are parts where you do need to use it. At least there's one part where you need to use it. The next dungeon is where we need to use it. And with that, we're going to jitter our way down the mountain. Actually, the other thing I can do, I'll do this the next block. I'll just make you jump down for it. Try to, anyway. We gotta go back to Folky Polk Village and see what's going on there, because it didn't sound very happy in terms of its music and in terms of how barren it looked as we were there briefly. So here we are back at Folky Polk Village. Famous for folk dancing. There's Plasma Fortune Teller. We don't need to go there. This is the general store? Or the restaurant. In fact, I'm going to buy something to get my health up. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Got money. Okay, that's what we just did, so we're good there. Here are the fields. Kids getting kidnapped, drags fly in the sky. How am I supposed to concentrate on raising my crops? Alright, so the kids are getting kidnapped and they're all gone. There's also a silver fortune doll under there, but we can't get it yet. We'll be back for it though, don't you worry. Alright, so, let's see this guy. What does he have to say? So please look for the children, because the person that finds them, I got a fantastic reward. Alright. So he's promising something good if we help the kids. What about the doggy? We'll go to the Dogo Hot Springs of Iyo, west of here. I wouldn't be able to get there since we're closed for a while. Alright, well they mentioned the hot springs. Alright, I'm gonna get... Let's see. What am I in need of? Let's get the metal. That'll be it. Alright, so next 5 hits I take, I won't take damage, and I won't get knocked back either. So, let's see. Okay, the blue dragon kidnapped them. Unless you pay visits to the shrine to Compare Mountain, the children may never return. That's what she's talking about, and we'll see that when we get there. Alright, this is the transport center. We don't need to go here yet. In fact, we don't ever need to go there again because we have a dragon who can take us wherever we want. Here we are in Tosa, and another great piece of music in this game, as if I haven't said that every time we've entered an area. But again, it's true. This is a fantastic soundtrack. Just like with Castlevania Bloodlines last week. Another Konami game with terrific music to it. That really puts you in a mood, and I adore it for that. Also, Goemon's hair is black. Wait a minute. Hold on, why is his hair... Let me see something here. It's not the shadowing, is it? Okay, no, I guess it is the shadowing. Because, I mean, they do change the lighting a little bit, because it's like a sunset area. But again, I don't think I'd ever noticed that his hair is black before. Here's the Vine Bridge. There is one thing we need to do here, or I want to do here anyway. Alright, take that hit. Tanked. Alright, now, the parts of the bridge that look lighter, they will fall when I walk onto them, so I have to kind of jump over them. But, over that one, I want to jump down... Yeah, I want to go down with, yeah, this one. And it drops me under a silver fortune doll. Alright, but I will need to make a climb up, and unfortunately, again, with a lot of enemies in the area, the frame rate kind of goes to hell. I mean, I guess going back to what I was saying about saying things, comparing this and the Zelda games, like, well, I can't really think of a whole lot of games that are, like, absolutely 100% perfect, and I guess I'm saying that about this one, too. It's like, this game has problems with its frame rate, this game has problems with its camera, and as you're seeing, I'm adjusting that camera a lot in this game. So, that's something about it as well, but I want to wait, because I don't want to get hit by that guy. There we go. Here we are in Iyo, and they said that there's a hot springs over there, so let's take a look. Alright, so while I'm walking up, chat, what are we thinking about this Mythical Ninja starring Goemon game? What are your impressions on what you're seeing, and if you're curious in what you have been witnessing thus far? Alright, the door is closed. There's this hole here. Alright, so here's the coffee shop. She's talking about the dragon. Side door leading, there's a small hole, so I expect only a dwarf could enter a hole that small. Now, what we need to do is we need to talk to this girl. You may not believe me, but it's a dwarf in Zazentown. Next week, Oh, so you're having none of this game, clearly. Next week is going to be a question mark, because I might be off next week, but I might not be. It's looking like maybe not be. If that's the case, I might do Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo. Keep the Konami train going for at least one more week. If not, then I won't be on. And then the week after that, do Castle of Illusion. But that is going to be determined. I probably won't know that until close to next week. It's close to the end of next week. Alright, so I talked to her, and by saying that, she said, hey, there's a dwarf in Zazen Town, so let's go back there. Let's pull out Yai and pull out that flute and play it. Alright, with that, you get an option of, again, any coffee shop, dungeon, or town you've been to. She said there's something, game's not bad, something different. Indeed, it's not. It's, in fact, I highly recommend this. If you're wanting something totally different for this system, this is a great one. Again, just for the styling as well. There's an atmosphere this game puts you in and puts me in when I play it that really makes me adore it. But yeah, we're going back to Zazen Town because he was saying, hey, we're seeing a dwarf somewhere. So let's see if we can find that out. And I think they will mention something like that. I think this woman will tell me. Ushiwaka's gone. He's not even a kid. I wonder why he's missing. Huh, so Ushiwaka's missing? Haven't seen him recently. Saw it again. Smaller things wandering in Duck Creek. Okay, so we need to go to Duck Creek. Rather than say something. Well, again, it's interesting as you say that because this is a game you can't really do that with based around how it's designed. Because it's more like a Zelda situation. You only have limited saving situations. And also, I guess that's a good point to bring up. This game has never been re-released. The Game Boy game was re-released, and Legend of the Mystical Ninja for Super Nintendo was re-released, but this hasn't been. So if they were going to do that, if Konami was going to bring this game back, I would think they would have to mitigate that saving factor somehow. But wait a minute. Here's Ushiwaka, but he's really small now. What happened? Why is he so small? I'll tell you. The Sweets of Golden Temple. If you eat 8 in a row, there's a strange power that makes you shrink. For any reason you want to shrink, go to the Golden Temple. I'll be there waiting for you. Alrighty, so that temple where the priest was earlier, we have to go back to that now and figure out a way to get small. Now, the temple is on the other side of town. So again, we have to go through this passage again. Let's see. Alright, it is... I think it's this one. Again, I can talk to the sign to see. Yeah, Golden Temple, right here. And actually, going back to what I play less, harder games don't well, it depends. I mean, here's the thing about that. I played really hard games before for this. Games that I know really well. I think that's where it is, because Bloodlines I'd never beat. I love that experience playing through that, though. I would not have traded that for a second, even while it turned out. And again, we did beat it, so I can't complain. But again, if I know a really hard game well, like Dynamite Headdy, for example, that's a game I know up and down. That's hard as anything, and I can get through it. So for some things, if I know the game well, it's not going to be a problem to play here. I mean, this game, I've been playing this since it came out in 1998, so I know this game like back of my hands. So I'm not going to say, no, we can't have hard games here. We can have hard games, no problem. And there are hard parts of this game, too. Now, here's the thing about this, just to go back to this briefly. I have to come here with Bisamaru, because he's the one who we're going to be getting a potential power-up for, and the narrator's going to tell us. The sweets in the cupboard at the temple will start falling from above, and if you catch 8 of them before the time runs out, you'll be able to use magical powers to shrink. However, if you're seen catching these sweets, something terrible will happen. Alright, so into the cupboard we go. We have 98 seconds. We need to not get hit. You have a health bar of 3 hits. We see that cupboard shaking like that. Hide behind something. Because that guy'll come looking, and if he sees me, he drops bombs that will lock onto me. There we go, there's the drop of the dumplings. The way the dumplings drop is kind of weird. But again, when you see that shaking, just hide. And try and keep an eye on where it is. Unfortunately, it's a fixed camera angle here, so you can't always see where the dumpling is. And sometimes an enemy will just drop on top of you, so be careful. And again, the dumplings will go away after some time, too. Actually, near the end, I'll also show what happens when you... Thankfully, there's no sound. So you're saying, last week you said you want a Metal Gear Solid. This is as close to Metal Gear Solid as we're getting, for the time being, at least. I mean, I'll get to that at some point. Actually, this came out before Metal Gear Solid, the same year, so... There we go. You know what? Oh, here we go. Yeah, he drops batteries that explode. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I should have done that. I got myself almost killed. But, alright, I got 8. So we're all set. And with those, we can shrink. So we got magic. Each character has a piece of magic you can unlock. For Abisumaru, it's Mini Abisu. Now we can go through small holes and narrow roads. While using a Mini Abisu, you can't attack. Now, here's how this works. When you get any power like this, hit the C up button, and it activates. In this case, I have Tiny Abisumaru. And he just walks around, I can go through holes with that. In fact, what I'm going to do is... We're going to fly back to Folky Polk Village. And actually, while we're on the way, I'm going to get that Silver Fortune doll. So, Folky Polk Village. Right. Yeah, just to go back to the difficulty thing again, I think it helps if it's a hard game that I have familiarity with. And there's definitely ones I have familiarity with. So, at that juncture, it's definitely something that I'm more than happy to go through. And again, also show the experience, and also show, like in this game, I know this game really well, so I can kind of rattle off a bunch of information about it and reasons why I like it off the top of my head, while still playing competitively. So in that way, it works out. So, alright, so we're coming back here. Let's pull out Abisumaru again. There's Silver Fortune doll. And with that... Alright. Let's go back to where we were. Because where it dropped us is actually on the way to the hot spring. Actually, that's the other reason I'm not getting health yet. And I'll show that off when we get over there. But now we're going back to Tosa once more. Again, enjoying the great music. I got one more hit I can take before that armor goes away. Ah, didn't jump in time. Alright, unfortunately I gotta climb the vine bridge again for that, but that's not too bad. I guess that's the other thing. For this game, making a mistake like that is not the kind of thing that usually is going to end up in death, with a few exceptions. And in that case, I took the last bit of my armor, but that's fine. Again, it's like I'm more getting it just to show it off than anything. And I also still have that rice ball for when I run out of health, or when I run out of health when I'm not getting crushed to death. Yeah, when you come back up here, those parts... Okay, that was my fault, because I got hit by the enemy. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm pulling out Yai for this. And I'm gonna kill these guys, because the game is slowing down. And now we're getting enemies that take more damage, but Yai's katana slices them in half, which is a nice effect. let him come to me, because again, it seemed like it was going a little faster as far as the frame rate there. Yeah, sometimes that can screw me up, but it should be good now. Just wait, yeah, let that thing go. There we go. There we go, smooth sailing. Here we are back in EO. In fact, I'm going to intentionally take some damage because, again, I want to show off something when we get into the hot springs. And with that, here we are at the hot springs. Since that door is closed, we have to go through the hall. Pull out Abyssamaro, use the shrink spell. There apparently is a glitch to that. If you are able to make it so that you can, you know, regrow in an area where you're not supposed to, you'll clip through, and you'll basically be able to use it to skip through certain areas. Well, that might be only for the Japanese version. I'm not sure. It's something a lot of speedrunning people use in this game, which is kind of a sight to see when you see that. Now, I'd let myself take damage because I want to show something off. These are the hot springs. Now what happens is when you're in the hot springs here, sit here, hold the Z button down for 5 seconds when you have health that's lost. There you go, it's a full health recovery. In that case it was only 1 heart. But again, if you're dying, you're all set when you jump in there and have a nice crouch. But we really need to go in here. Oh wait, no, why did I do that? I didn't mean to switch to Yai. Oh, maybe to kill him. There we go. Yeah, I was in C down, which is the button to switch characters, instead of C up, which is the button for magic. But first, I do want to go over this way. Jump down here. There we go. Yeah, I'm getting these silver fortune dolls like crazy, so my health is in very good shape. And also feasibly make this jump to do nothing. I thought there was a pot over here. Actually, it looks like we're gonna need Goemon and his nice chain pipe again. Again, I could get over that with the glitch with the money, but I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, this okay right there. There are certain areas where you can't turn the camera, and again, you're kind of being, you know, hamstrung because of that. That being said, this is not the worst game on the Nintendo 64 to do that. I mean, listen, there are a lot of games on the Nintendo 64 that, you know, the infancy of 3D gameplay get issues with the camera. This is just one of them. I'd say one of the most annoying ones, honestly, was another kind of underrated game. One I like, but one that also has issues with its camera, Chameleon Twist, which is from Sunsoft. That's a game I should perhaps show off one day. It's almost like a Yoshi game if it was in 3D. But again, also kind of weird. Also another Japanese release, but actually even earlier than this one was. Alright, so this is the Ghost Toys Castle. Got those ghosts here, and the reason we need to go to get the fire money, yeah, light these torches. There we go. That opens the door. Alright, now there's a crane. We need to get that camera there, but we need to turn the power on. The power is right there. We have to go all the way around to get it. And this is where things are going to get a little more dangerous. And a little more creative, because basically this is like a toy palace of sorts. In fact, we'll see that when we do Castle of Illusion in 2 weeks, so in that way it was kind of fitting that I'm doing this game now, but I'm just going to try and make this jump. There's another silver fortune doll up here. You know, we get the chain pipe because I want to hit him from a distance. Or try to hit him from a distance. There we go. First try. It took me 3 times to do on the test run earlier today. And there's actually one part of this dungeon I'm wondering if it's going to take me a while. In fact, it's actually that crane we passed by. We'll see that in a little bit. In the meantime, Well, we can skip this area by taking that raft. I'm not going to do that yet because I want to go get Mr. Elephant. That was close. Actually, I think I can go do it now, because I can go back there now and take that, because I don't think there's anything else here. Yeah, because Mr. Arrow is not in this section. Every dungeon will have Mr. Elephant and Mr. Arrow, but it's not there. Let's take this and move. Oh, there's some dumplings to get some health. Alright, now there is one secret in this room I'm going to show off. Well, there's a couple things I need to do. I need to kill all these, I can't remember what the name of these dolls. This is a Japanese, like, stacking doll thing, not the Russian one. There's the Russian doll. There's actually the subject of that game, stacking, from the people who made Psychonauts. But there's some other name for it. Yeah, you kill all of them to get the key, but the other thing I want to do, pick this up. You don't have to do this, but I do want to show this off. This is a seed. We want to take this up here. When we plant a seed, it lies in the ground. When you do that, throw it right here with the B button, and out of that comes health and money. And again, frame rate's going to go to hell, but again, I'm going to get rich. Actually, no, it didn't do it that time. Maybe because I was picking up everything as I went along. There we go. Yeah, get myself some money and some health to go along. Since we got the key from killing those enemies, we can go right through. Rising tiles. Again, the hit detection on those is a little finicky, so you gotta be careful. As is this. This is kind of a tightrope. I need to walk across that, because that is a gold fortune doll. It's basically the heart container of this game, so as soon as I get that, I get an instant extension of my health. Tiptoe across that. There we go. And with that, my strength gauge increased by 1 instantly. So there we go. The next one, I'm going to be going down to the next row. So actually, yeah, I've been getting these silver fortune dolls and gold fortune dolls in this case at a pretty good rate, so that I'm going to be all set as far as health. Let's see, I think one of these also had dumplings in it. That's the money. I think it's this one that dumplings. Okay, no, it doesn't. Maybe it's random, because I remember I was playing this earlier today and it had dumplings in them. Or maybe it's based around where your health is. It might do like a dynamic pull to that, which would make sense, because there were some games I know at the time that were doing that. And they're actually also, I just realized this, you can kind of see it down there if I zoom out a little. There's another silver fortune doll. We're not going to be able to get that until way later in the game, because there's an ability you can get that allows you to swim under the water. But again, in order to get this silver fortune doll, you have to come back with that. And again, it's totally optional. You don't have to get it. But if you want to go full completion on this, you're going to need it. So we're not going to be able to get that yet. Okay, no, it was this room. This is the one that drops dumplings. I think the other one also has dumplings. Shoji pieces? Yes, they are. Yes, because the theme of this castle is, they call it the Ghost Toys Castle, so we got a lot of toy aspects. And we're going to see that more in the second half. Especially now that we turned that on, got the key, and got the silver fortune doll that we can't miss. Now be sure to point out all those things. Here we go. So we need to get that camera, because that's important for this stage. Now, I had to do this 6 times. Bug House, huh? Is that a new game? Or is that Bug? I think it's Bug Fables. Oh my god, am I getting this the first try? This took 5 times doing this today. Let's see. Oh wow, first time. First try, okay. That is a massive upgrade from when I did the test playthrough today. It took me 5 times to do this. Chest house equals chest variant. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but it took me 5 times to do that today. And like the Japanese version of this game, you don't have control when the crane is coming back. So This is the wind-up camera. This is a new weapon for Abysmaru. Hold down the B button, let go when you have it. A light shines and shows items you wouldn't normally see and hidden items as well as ghosts. In fact, he's going to be our best friend for a good amount of this dungeon because of that. Okay, again, it's a weapon, so I can pull that out. And when I see a ghost next time, I can show how the camera works. In the meantime, I'll keep his hammer out. Let's just keep going back towards where we have that keyhole. Chess, that's on Quiet Night. Yeah, there's no chess aspects within this toy castle section, but again, catching up on the shogi piece, there you go. As an example of that. Actually, that's another game I guess I could show off at some point, virtual chess for this system. Which is definitely an interesting one. Not a great game, but it's definitely one that I like, as far as the idea of a chess simulator, and having a lot to offer. It's also, and this is damn with faint praise, probably the best game Titus ever made for this system. Which means that, yeah, we will have to do Superman 64 someday. But I have to get a copy of that. Alright, so here we are. Okay, let me grab Mr. Arrow first. Near the ghosts. Okay, now what I need to do with this, hold B button down on that camera. Hold the camera that way. There we go. There we go. When I let go, I take a picture, and they're exposed, and I kill them. So it's like the reverse of Fatal Frame from a few weeks ago. Alright, and with that, I can now open the door, and I think I got everything right. Yes. And of course, now we're getting a little further, more of the dynamics of the song are being revealed. I love that detail. I mean, maybe it's just the idea of, like, this more dynamic music in gaming. In 1998, now that I think about it, was kind of a banner year with that. With this, Banjo-Kazooie, Metal Gear Solid did that a little bit, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron was another one that really did that. So, I mean, again, that was the idea of, like, adaptive audio of it changing as you play, which I do really like that. And this way, it's almost like, yeah, we're building a song as we go along. Actually, how Rystar on the Sega Genesis. Now, there's a game I gotta show off, but in due time. But that one. Also, I want to avoid the water down there. That will hurt me while I'm in it, so just jump over it. I do love just how they're adding, like, the synthesizer now. This part of the game. There's another door we gotta get through. I don't remember if I have to kill everything here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. No, I decided to go this way. Alright, now this part gave me hell when I was trying to play this earlier today. I have to jump on the tops here. The easiest way to do this is start over here because it's the furthest section from the ledge. And again, I gotta wait for that to come. Because there's a key over on that side that I can get. Okay, I didn't jump. Okay, so there we go. So that's what happens when you go in that water. Well, as long as you're in it, your health will be dropped as you go along. Alright, I need to get a running start on these. Oh, right, I changed the camera itself. Yeah, again, the camera sometimes will change itself even when I'm adjusting it. Or not adjusting it. There we go. Just gotta wait to get this over here and then make a running jump to it. There we go. Okay, now I need to make these jumps on these other tops as I go along. Thankfully, the two in the middle were basically on the same plane as each other, so I can make that jump pretty much at the same time. And then just wait for that. And I'll kill those guys from a distance. In fact, you know what? Roll off on that. There we go. Okay, now I can just take the damage and go back that way. I want to avoid that if I Again, this is better than when I tested this earlier. Like, that might be the answer when it comes to, like, harder games. Like, give it a practice run. But then again, sometimes a run on a game that I'm not super familiar with might be weaker. Depending on what it is. Like I said, yeah. There we go, got a dump one. So, door I gotta go through. Can I go through that door? Yeah, I can. I just need to wait for these platforms to get in the way. Alright, so again, we need the camera out, so pull out a piece of Mario. Alright, I want to get out of the way, because you're totally stationary when you're taking that picture, and I've run into situations where that happens and I take it dead. So I'll try to avoid that. It's right there. Right, now that, we've seen silver keys, we've seen gold keys. Oh yeah, it's still a silver key. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So there's another type of key we're going to see in here. Also, there's a silver fortune doll. In fact, you know what? I'm going to jump in the water. Take the hit to get over to this.
Wait!
Also, there's a full recovery dumpling if I need it. And that door over there, I think is... Yeah, I think there are two locks here. There's one that's a gold key and one that's not, or one that's a silver. So I need to find the one that's... Okay, I just was waiting for that to get back. Find the one that's silver and find the one that isn't. I think this is the silver one. Yeah, it is. Okay. Right, because I have to go to the jump ropes. Or try to avoid the jump ropes. Yeah, much harder to avoid these than some of the jump ropes in some of the other games. You thought the ones in Super Mario Odyssey and Final Fantasy IX are... Oh shit, I forgot about that. Right. I always forget when I come in this room. You need to take a picture of the room with the camera, which not only reveals the ghosts, kills every single one of them, it also reveals the floor, because otherwise there's water there that'll hurt me if I jump into it. Also there's a light, so I can grab that too.
What is it now?
Get the gold key so I can go the other way. What's in here? Oh right, I think it's health and money. A lot of health. There's a grab it from here. With that, right, I'm going to take the hits because I have enough health. I think there's one more silver fortune doll in here, and the next one I get will be a health extension, so that'll be a full recovery. Alright, now, the next door we have to go through is on the end of this room, or on the, over to go straight to the left. But first we gotta take this path and get the key that's needed. Oh, here we go, the music different again. Now all of the Japanese strings are coming in. Alright, now, let's play some pool. Actually, just like Chameleon Twist, which is also the pool puzzle. Anyway, you just have to hit them in the order that they give you. And if you remember your pool, you know it's going from 1 to 8. But again, the balls can hurt you, so... Actually, no, the easiest way to take care of this is pull Goemon out and use that chain pipe. Or use the money. Yeah, as far as the next time I'm going to think about showing a game with pool in it, that'd probably be when I do Shen. That's a game I definitely want to do, and... Actually, I guess that game also might explain my love for this one, in the sense that I do like some of these unique Japanese-themed games, Shenmue being one of them. That's a game I want to show off, and I will definitely give that game the love it deserves at some point. I probably should do that soon because it's 20th anniversary this month, but again, I don't know if I'm going to have time. Alright, lastly, 8 Ball. There we go. In the corner pocket, and we get a key for that. Get this more out because I need to get the camera set for the enemies. And then I'm gonna beat these first and then get the belt. That's it. Yeah, I'm not turning the camera there, by the way. It looks like I am, but I was like, yeah, I turned it a little bit and then it just kept going on its own. I mean, it doesn't often do that, but still it doesn't enough to be annoying. Alright, so there's the diamond key. We had gold and silver, now we have diamonds. And that's the door we need to go to finish the split. I'm just swimming through, it doesn't matter right now. Be able to get some health back as I walk towards the end. And there we go. That is the end. But they're also telling us what we're going to have to do with the boss. Get the camera ready. Now here's the next boss. This is Darumano. Yeah, Darumano. Now, how to beat him? Pull the camera out, take a picture of him. Feels his heart, now I'll just beat on it. For this one, I pull Yai out usually, just do some slices. And usually you can get 2 hits off in a cycle if you can time it perfectly. Yeah, he'll do something like that, then he goes invisible, and if you time it right, you can hit him again, but you have to be dead on with it. In that case, I'm not. Oh yeah, just got it. Yeah, it is very tight. I'll just shoot those missiles off. Sometimes someone will drop to the ground, but that's a rare occurrence. It's fine though. I can basically stand in front of them like this and be fine, because I have tons of health. I don't know if you can fall out of the arena, but I'm not going to find out. Okay, there we go, got him. Not too hard. Actually, probably shorter than Congo was of the first dungeon. And there we go, there's an item. The Miracle Flower. Uh-oh. Well, here's Colin again. He beat me up. I was only giving the kids a lesson, teach me on dancing. Oh, that guy from the beginning. Colin, your plan didn't work, did it? Who are you? I'm the leader of the Peach Mountain Shoguns. Now, this is the guy who's in charge. In the fresh spring breeze, sha-la-la, come alive. These beautiful visions appear before my eyes. Yes, I am, you know I am, the one they call Spring Breeze Dancin'. So he is the main villain, the leader of the Shogun guys. But he's a hologram. And what an intro indeed. Hey, what's your face, dancing something or whatever? What do you have up your sleeves? I like this. Up my sleeves? Me like my armpits? Ooh, we're not talking about that kind of sleeve. Yeah, the audience is like, yeah, that was a burn, huh? Pretty sharp, Antonio. You caught him a joke. Antonio, who's Antonio? I think that's supposed to be a reference to something in the theater. But I'm not completely sure. I'd have to look that up. I don't remember. There's certainly some jokes in this that are A, going over my head, and B, going over a lot of Americans' head, because they're referencing something specific in this franchise, most of which, again, didn't come out here. So Danson will choose a name for himself if he feels it suits the person. Can't just call when we're done with this place. Gotta prepare for our next plan. Turn it once. Yes, sir. Bye for now, Fernandez. Who's Fernandez? I wish you had said Fernando, because then I was thinking of the ABBA song. I remember there was that ass. Oh. Yeah, we just looking at Goemon, we said that. Yeah, I remember when that was in the case of the last Mamma Mia film, actually, where they had Fernando on the soundtrack. That was pretty amazing. But anyway, we have a great stage plan we're going to do. Or a guerrilla stage plan, that works too. That's not what I said, it's the great stage plan. Anyway, don't come to Chugoku Region no matter what. Yeah, that's a good question from Yai. Why does he always spin to escape? Regardless of that, right now it's important we get to the Chugoku Region. And with that, we got a save point, so we're going to save right here. Boom, saved. And that, we're out and back in EO. Now, what we're going to do is two things. We're going to go back to Folky Polk Village to start. I'm going to use the dragon as a shortcut there. Sort of a shortcut. Because again, this aspect is unskippable. When the dragon takes off like that, I can't do anything to skip the animation. So you have to wait about 10-15 seconds for this to go through. Not a big deal, but something worth pointing out. Okay, now the reason I'm going back here twofold. Music's all set now. For Itaro's return, we can chance again, form a dance pair, and dance the night away. Also, I'm coming here to talk to this kid. My dad was in last year's folk dance championship. He tried to dance like Jekyll Maxim, but it looked more to me like some old rain dance. I saw that today. It's like, okay, I gotta talk to that, like the Michael Jackson reference in this game. Yeah, who knew there was that? And I guess they couldn't actually name him feasibly in this game. Kind of like they couldn't credit the fact that he worked on the soundtrack of Sonic 3. Actually, that's weird because there's a lot of like famous actor references in the next game that we have, or that I would be into this, which is Goemon's Great Adventure. Which, again, I could show that off someday, but I came back just to show that off. But what I really want to do is we gotta go to the Chugoku Region. So how we do that is go back to Zazen Town. Which, again, we're going back to that a lot in this game. But take a flight back. And that door that we had to go through, we'll take a look at that and see if we can't get past it. Alright, so next up, we have to go to the Chugoku region, and that is, okay, that's the door where Benkei is. So again, down that favorite hallway we like to walk down, we're going through this area. And you go through the door on the left over here. Finally got back from the Flake Gang's place in the Shikoku region. There's no place like home. Okay, so this kid was kidnapped. So why are you here? Well, I'm going to ask him one question. Why was he kidnapped? I have no idea. Maybe because my name is Dancing All Night. And also, who closed the door? It was me. It was the safety stopper system I built, but it's out of batteries now, so the door barely opened. Alright, so we can go through now. Ah, here we are in Bison. Alright, now there's a door with a gold lock on it. Or a special key, I should say. Never mind. Alright, now we have to do something specific here, which is... we need to find out what's going on with good old Sasuke. We've been dragging his body around with us the whole time. It's like it was Weekend at Bernie's Japanese Robot Edition. So we need to revive him. And the way to do that is we need to go to... we have to go deeper into where we are, but the one thing we need to do is go down to Nagato, because over here is another silver fortune doll, and I want to pick that up. And again, enjoy this piece of music, which is also awesome. And again, this is with MIDI stuff. It doesn't sound MIDI to me, though, and that's the best compliment I can pay. It sounds like this is real instruments. It just has that kind of style to it. I mean, I can imagine this actually being done with real, authentic Japanese instruments. Imagine something like the styling of the music of something out of, like, Okami or Onimusha or something like that. It would sound great. And again, there might be other games in the series that do that. At least in Japan, anyway. Because I know there was a Goemon game that was on the PS2, which we never got over here. And I remember seeing it. I said, on the back of this game, I remember growing up seeing it in magazines thinking, man, I'd love to play that. But unfortunately, we never got it. And again, the last time I think we've seen Goemon at all, again, was... well, actually, I had two things, which were kind of recent, which were the re-release of Mr. Goemon on the Switch, on the eShop, and actually the Goemon Mii costume that was added to Super Smash Bros. Brawl, or not Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Switch. Actually, I just saw something over there. I want to see something. I didn't check this when I was playing earlier, but I want to see. I think I can run up here. I want to see what's up here. But yeah, there was a Mii costume for Goemon in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So yeah, he is in Smash Bros. Who knew? And Waluigi still isn't. And wait a minute. Wait, how am I supposed to get past this? This looks like that's nothing. And you don't have a hanging ability here. Like I can't hang from the side there. I don't think I can. Okay, no, I can do the crawl thing, but okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll come back to that later. Probably next time I come back to this. Because again, I didn't know that was there. But again, that's kind of what this game also does to you. Even though it's not necessarily a massive overworld you're running around, even for this time, I would say it's not necessarily massive worlds I'm looking through. There's still enough little nooks and crannies around it so that you want to try and take a look at everything. Or try and find something. Usually you're rewarded for your curiosity. And again, with the presentation of this game being so appealing, it's like, yeah, I'm fine running through this entire area, hearing this piece of music, or any piece of music from this game, playing repeatedly. But I'm going to cross the bridge and go to the other side. I think there is a dumpling up here. Yes, there is. And a pocket money. Let's see. Alright, I'm over at Hoggy now. Now, I need to go out the entrance that's up the... Actually, wait, no, I don't... I think I have to go the one on the right. Here we go. Perfect. So I'm in Izumo. Now I want to go to the coffee shop because there's a couple pieces of dialogue I gotta find. I was like, we have Sasuke's body hanging around, but how do we help him? Okay, he's trying to go to Kyushu, but there's a strange wall kept me going forward. Oasis of the dune of Inaba, east of here. You find an electro tube floating contains electricity, or emits it. I saw it. There's a tube emitting electricity above the waters of Inaba. Alright. Stamina doublings. Okay, I don't need those because we have full health. Okay, so as was mentioned earlier when we found Sasuke, or we were given Sasuke, he doesn't have his batteries in. He's a robotic ninja, so we gotta get the batteries back. And the way to do that is we have to go get them from two areas. One is this path up here on the left, which we'll come to that next. And the other one is we have to go in the desert and find our way to the oasis. I'll cut this guy out. The desert is right through this door. You're in the dunes of Inaba. I like to put my map on this one only because the way that the desert is designed, it's kind of hard to tell where you're supposed to be going. And it's easy to get lost in here, honestly, because everything looks the same. Basically, on the map, it also will show where the water is. Right over here. They said there's some item emitting electricity, so basically it's the battery. It's right there on the water, or in the, yeah, right there. So hopefully we can get it to still work. Also, there's a silver fortune doll, so I may as well get that. There's Sasuke battery number 1. So I need to go get the second one and he'll be all set. And then he will not need his batteries to charge for the rest of the game, so that'll be nice. That would be a weird mechanic though if you have to keep plugging him in or something. Oh, actually in that case it would be like Chibi Robo on the GameCube, which is a game where you do it. But then again, he's not battery powered in that game, so... Actually, I guess another kind of offbeat Japanese game that was not... that kind of went under the radar when it came around, and is now considered a cult classic, so... Yeah, that's another one, but that game costs a fortune, so that would be quite an investment to make. We're talking over $200 for whereas this one is only about 60, 70. Which even by Nintendo 64 standards isn't insane. And I know because I have some of the most expensive games on the system. In fact, I have the rarest game on the system in my possession, which is Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cup, which is a game I will show off at some point just because I want to emphasize the fact that, yeah, it's the rarest game on the system that I paid $11 for back 12 years ago, and now it's approaching $500. So, that'll be a one show, another point. But alright. Now, they said that there was the battery in the desert, so I'm going to go back to the coffee shop, because this is how you're supposed to do it. They're supposed to go back and they'll give you hints about where the other batteries are. And she'll tell me, you know the big tree behind the Yamato Shrine above the mountain? There's a tube that throws electricity. Okay, appears above the big tree. Could you take a picture with your camera for me? I just love electricity. Yeah, that's weird, but okay. I'm not one to ask questions, especially in this game. You've seen some of the crazy stuff I've been doing. I'm just gonna roll with it. Again, the game is so much fun and so stylish and so interesting that, yeah, they can ask me whatever they want and I'll do it. No problem. So, climb up the mountain to the shrine, as they mentioned. And then we are going to take a picture of the tree. Here we are. Zuma 2, Lake with a large tree. Now, they said they wanted a picture taken, so let's pull out the Samaru and charge our camera. Jeez. Alright, by doing that, there we go. There's the battery on top of the tree. So now we gotta climb it and get it. Yeah, we'll pull Yai out of that. Again, they don't have, from what I understand, none of the characters in this game have differences in terms of their movement or jumping. But I just feel, for some reason, that Yai is better with the jumping. But again, I'm pretty sure it's just me. It might be just the assumption of, alright, she's the lightest of the characters. Well, these characters anyway. That's gonna change actually any second. There we go. So now we're on top of the tree, and there we get the battery. There we go. Electro Shine Unite! With that brief seizure flash, Sasuke is alive again. Isn't that Yai? Sure is. What in the world am I doing here? That's what I want to know. Your batteries were knocked out of place and just froze. Although them saying the batteries were knocked out of place kind of seems weird because I'm thinking, well, he'd probably have them on him, but again, got a fresh pair. So now he'll be like the Energizer Bunny and he will keep going and going and going. That happened to me? What did happen? It's a glitch in my memory circuit. Having trouble remembering. Must hurry and have my wise old man repair it. Oh boy. About your wise old man, there was an explosion that demolished his whole house, and he's gone missing since, well, with the explosion. What? Who'd do such a thing? We believe it had to do with the Peach Mountain guys we're after. Wise old man, really? Like guys with the crazy name, like Peach Mountain? I'm gonna crush this Peach Mountain guys. I'm gonna go with you. There we go. So now Sasuke is a playable character, and that is the last of our crew. So we got 4 characters here, Yai, Bisamaru, Goemon, and Sasuke, and we're all ready to go. Dishes Sasuke, doors with cracks and can be destroyed using his fireball. And I'm gonna show that off briefly, and then we gotta work our way towards the next dungeon. Which, I think, after I'm done with that, I think that might be it for the night. I think. I'm basically going to stop about halfway through. But, before I do, I'm going to complete the next dungeon. And then we'll see what's going on. But we do need to do those. We need to go back to where we started, because there are a couple of walls that we can bust open with Sasuke. I want to do that before we go to the next dungeon. Here we go, back in B's, and here is where there are the doors that have those little cracks on. Pull Sasuke out. There we go. There we go, and he seems like the most agile as far as how he goes. And his quick attack with his kunais. But when you see these walls with a little crack in them here, use the bombs he has, which cost 1 Ryu each. And they blow up and they reveal items. I think one of them in here is a gold fortune doll. Yeah, it's this one. There we go. Health increased by 1. I'm getting most of the silver and gold fortune dolls on this one, so that's good. I think there's another one that I can bust. Yeah, right here. Whoa. Alright, there's a silver fortune doll in this one. Like that, we can get to the next dungeon, which is the other door we didn't go through. Or actually, no. Actually, the one we... No, yeah, go through this one as well. I have to go through this one again. So yeah, I'm going to go back to Nagato and go over the bridge. And that's going to take me to another area where I can go to where we need to hit next. next, instead of going to the door to the right here in Hagi, I'm going to go to the one on the left. Getting myself a good amount of money. I'm going to need some of that as I go along, but again, that'll be for the next time I pick this game up. I need at least, I think 1,200 Rio throughout the entire game. Alright, here we are. Here we are. So this is where we're going to have to go. There's another door on the left. We're going to go there when we're finished with the dungeon. The dungeon is a little bit of a walk through here. Realize this like kite thing, so I guess slice in half. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sasuke does not like getting hit. Okay, so next we're gonna be at Shuhodo, and through this cave we are gonna reach the next dungeon, which is the Festival Castle, I believe it is. We'll see on the sign, and we're going to have a save, obviously, when that happens. And also, this is the other reason we need Sasuke, because, yeah, the Festival Temple Castle. So I'm going to save here. There we go. And the save is pretty quick, so that's also nice. But I need him because I need to bust the wall again. And here we go. So here's the Festival Temple Castle. Get this amazing piece of music. It's amazingly jazzy piece, especially as it builds. I was mentioning how much I love how dynamic the music is as you go through the dungeons. This level especially, where it starts this really, like, bass-heavy and kind of slight guitar-heavy, like, very light thing. It's almost, you can kind of get the rhythm going on it. And as it builds, it is just but right now, it's just a nice chill kind of piece, and again, I love it. It's the kind of thing that I think, if you're thinking like music theory concepts as far as like gaming music, you know, like there's a YouTube channel I really like, gaming music theory that looks into that. I would think they've done a video on this game. I'd like to hope they do, because again, it's a perfect example of like studying that concept. It's been a while since I've gone through this dungeon. I know it's long, so that's why I'm thinking that most likely after this one I will be done with one exception. Because I'm thinking of, there's one part of this game I absolutely cannot stand, and I want to get that done as soon as I can, so I might end on that. Because that's something that would be a time to stop, because like, yeah, I want to celebrate actually doing that. That might actually take time, but I'll see how that goes. But that'll come a little later. Whoa. Oh, right, yeah. Actually, I don't know. Did I ever show off falling off a pit like that? Yeah, if that happens, you lose a little health and you get taken back to the start of the area you're in. Alright. Again, I haven't gone through this temple in a while, but again, I do remember it being long, so I'm gonna have to try and remember where I'm going. This is where Mr. Elephant will come in handy when I find him. Okay, there he is, right there. Perfect. Actually, this is a level where having that map is going to be handy because, as I'm going to show you, there are a lot of levels to this. In fact, many we haven't even seen yet. This is a big one. This is definitely also probably the most vertical one in the game. Unless I'm forgetting the last two. So there's a door. I don't think I have a key for it. Yeah, I don't. I think... Okay, now there's a silver fortune doll, which... Okay, no, I can get that. Can I? Okay, maybe I can. Alright, let me see something. There we go, now we're getting the build. With the synth coming in. God, I love the synth here. It is so lovely. Alright. Tank there. Actually, let me try something. You're not supposed to do it this... Oh, no. Okay, I wasn't supposed to do that way, but... Okay, good. I was thinking why those things would die. Because, again, it's been a while since I played up to this part of the game. Again, I've beaten this game, so that's not the concern. It's just that I haven't played it in a while. So I'm just trying to remind myself how it's going. So in a way, I'm doing this sort of blind, but again, I've done it before, so we're not going to run into situations where I'm going to be too lost. Alright, yeah, what I was going to try to do is I was going to do the money jump. There we go. Okay, actually, yeah, it turned out really good. I just bust the tank here. Bust the, I guess, ice cream tank. Whoa. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember these. They're like little pressure platforms. When you're on each of the side of these stairs, they'll expand a little bit. Yeah, I'll expand more when I'm on the side that's up on the top, but then I have to use that to get up here. And that's a dead end for now. That's where I came from. Let's see. Let me just take a look at the map, because I just want to make sure that room I was in last. Actually, no, okay, here, alright, because I was thinking, wait a minute, did I miss something out of the other room? It was not a dead end, I just didn't look the other side. Because this is a path, actually, no, okay, no, it was on one side, at least. Alright, so at least I can kind of go around. I think that was the way I came out. Came in, I should say. Okay, here we go. Jumps over bottomless pits. Ooh, okay, I can't make that jump from here. Or from that one platform. He's back. Unfortunately, also, I don't have the upgrade of Sasuke's, which makes platforming a breeze, but I don't get that until way later. Actually, there's a door over there. I probably should get to it. silver key, so I know where I can use that. Door over here, so I can go around that way. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, no, I was right. It was a dead end because there's something on top of it. Two jump ones at least. So yeah, I was right. Just looked from the map that it was not. And with that, I should be able to go back to that main room and make some progress. Yeah, it's definitely, as I said, labyrinthian, so this is going to take a little while, not too long, chain pipe to get across again. Well, that or the coin glitch. There we go. Anything else the other side? Was it? Oh, great. There's a gold door, but again, I don't have a key for that. Tank. Yeah, even though I'm getting hit a lot, it's not going to be a factor again, because my health is so high, and also because, again, this is not that difficult a game as far as, you know, taking hits and things like that. It's only really, like, one-hit death situations, which actually, there are a couple in here, and actually, I think we passed a couple that were at the start of the dungeon that I haven't seen. In fact, actually, no, I did this a test run today, and what happened was I came in here, this is the last thing I did before I quit for the time being before I started tonight, where I just got blindsided and realized, wait a minute, getting crushed is a one to kill. Oh, here we go. Okay, when the organ comes in, oh my god, it's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the star blocks, but I don't think I can get to them from where I am. Because I'm very specific with the jump. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm too far. Okay, I can't get from here. Severe cold. Alright, this is a weapon upgrade for Sasuke, which allows you to temporarily stop flames coming from the fox and cool down hot floors. By continuously holding down the B button and letting go of it, an intense hail beam can be shot in which you fly in 3 directions. I actually forgot that was a thing, so let's try this. Also, I think you can hit these things and it'll freeze them, but it costs money every time you use it. Yeah, there you go. I know, it freezes them and then kills them. Yeah, that's three 3 Rio to charge it up. Barrels. Okay. Alright, here we go. What's this? Get on top of the drum and jump. Okay. There we go. Alright, there's Mr. Arrow. Now, I know where the boss is on this level. He is all the way at the top of this thing. Jumping off the taiko drums, and we're off. Enemies, I guess, dropping bombs from the ceiling. Okay, so here's the room with the star blocks. Let's do this while I'm here. Okay, so it's back here, alright. So it kind of loops around on itself. But with that, we can also use that power of Sasuke's to freeze those hot blocks. Alright. Okay, no, I was trying to switch weapon. I'm trying to remember, do those things, is there a timer on those things? Yeah, there is, okay. Also, I gotta jump my way out of the water. Oh, there we go, that was weird. Right, that was a bomb, never mind. There we go. There's some help. Okay, so that was the other side. Get this. Here we go. This is the meat saw hammer. This is a new weapon for Abyss and Maru, which actually is going to be pretty useful. This is a hammer that's just like his other one, but anytime you kill an enemy with it, you get health. Back, let's show that off. Well, actually, I think it's when you kill certain enemies. Let me just check something. What do I have as far as keys in here? It doesn't look like I have much as far as that. That I let me get back this way. Let's take a look at the map just to remind myself where I'm going. that's where the boss is, up at the top. That I know. Is there something I'm missing? Let me go through that one more time just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Yeah, that's that. Let's make sure I didn't miss a key somewhere. Gonna go through this again. Yeah, it's the same way. Alright, so just make sure I'm seeing everything. Nothing I have to hit here. I don't remember having to hit any of the barrels. I'm just jumping over it for the purpose of this. Nothing here. Okay, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything before I go back. I don't even need to make the platform in here. I may as well. Yes, I got everything there. Here's something, ladder I didn't take. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, there's a ladder up here. Looks like a surprise pack. This. That's not all that's up here, is it? Yes, it is. Let me go through the door. Here we are at this. I just want to check to make sure that I don't have that gold key yet. Okay, that's where I need to go. Because I need to come back here with that, but... Alright, the music went back to normal, or went back at normal level. That's the other thing I may as well mention, which is when you go back to an earlier area of the castle, or castle of any kind, where it was on a previous variance of music, it'll revert back to that until the next, transition. Got that key. Let's take another look at the map. That was that. I feel like I'm missing something in here, but again, I think I've went everywhere. Oh, it's now... Well, actually, wait a minute. Now that I have the Ice Kunai, I think I might need to go back earlier. Yeah, because I tore this place apart. There's nothing here. I just needed that for Meat Hammer and for the Frozen Kunais. Let's go back. Because I didn't go up this way. Yeah, but I gotta be careful of those things. Those are one to kill if they crush you. Yeah, okay, I didn't go in here, but I need... Okay, yeah, this is what I need. I need the Kunai Severe Cold, so I need to go back there to get that. So I got everything, so this is it. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, I forgot. You have to go back and forth in this dungeon a lot. There we go, now we can continue on. I knew there wasn't something I missed over there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, again, this is what those icy kunais do. You're able to freeze those blocks and give yourself some safe passage. Yeah, I probably should wait till it gets a little closer before we throw it. Got it. And now it's just testing my platforming skills. Oh, I did that actually. That didn't look like I even hit it, but okay. I'm going to get some more money because I'm running out of money. Or, okay, I'm not running out of money, I just have less than I want. Those ice kunais will take money from using it. Oh, shit! Oh, well, now I'm back here again. Actually, I never went through that door. Let's do that. Okay, there's enemies there, which is not going to do me any good because I have to come through that from the top. Actually, those are pretty useful for getting a bit of a projectile and a distance weapon. And that's probably the other thing you should do. Use those on those fox faces. Or line the camera up here so I can walk across this without getting myself dropping down. Actually, in this case, having Sasuke here is probably the best way to go. Not only because he has this, but also because he's the smallest of the... Oh, shit. Let's go through that again. Alright. Oh, now I'm back out here again. And that's probably where the gold key is, I think. I don't know if I can make that jump from here, though. Okay, yeah, I can do it. There. Yeah, I told you this is a long dungeon. And I think after this what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off one aspect of story, do that annoying thing, and shit, I missed the jump again. Alright. Do the annoying thing that I'm referring to, and we'll deal with that. Just because I don't want it, when I come back to this game, I do not want to do this. So I'm going to get it done now. So I'll do that, and then we'll be done for the night. I think I've been doing a good job of showing a good amount of this game so far. And it's, well, a little, actually probably a little more over halfway. Well, no. Dungeon-wise, there are only 5 dungeons in this game. But as far as game length, it's about halfway. Because again, the game itself I think runs about 6 hours or so, if you know it well. Maybe 6.5, 7 at longest. Kill these guys first, just because when I come down the ground, I don't want to get hit by them. Actually, I guess that's the other thing. I still have that dumpling from earlier in the game that will take effect when I die. It still hasn't been used. Actually, I think I only died once by that crush death in, yeah, Laredo Castle. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good for myself then. Actually, I think I need to wait for it to... Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that jump. Look at where it is. There we go. Made it, finally. Alright. Let's get the money. Get that gold key. Finally. Alright, now we can get a move on. I think this is near the end of the dungeon, as soon as we go through the gold door. So that door on the left, and then the gold key door is right here. There we go, finally. And now we just gotta do the climb up. Good, now I'm getting dumplings, which I need. I don't know if I need to... Do I need to walk across the ceiling for that? No, I don't think so. There we go. Alright, we're near the end. A part where this game kind of chugs a bit, but it sure looks cool. We have those spinning koi fish platforms we need to make a climb. This could be a little bit of a trek, but it sure looks cool. But yeah, it slows the game down to something fierce. There we go. I guess that's kind of a good thing, because then it means that you have some time to grab it. Step onto it. 'Cause yeah, you wait for them to spin right to where that mat is. Just wait it out there, make the jump here, and just repeat that till you get to the top. I think I forgot how much this section slows down. At least there's these enemies that are coming along. Alright, this is the part where I need to pay attention to the center. There we go. Grab that. Then I need to wait for the other platform to come back down. Yeah, right there. Then make a jump. Thankfully, while you're standing on this, you won't get knocked off. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit! Alright, I'll get knocked off by the enemy, though. Alright, so now I have to climb that hole again. Fall as far, so I'm good. Actually, that's one thing. I need to stand there, otherwise I'm going to get myself. There we go. that's it. Yeah, it's the end of this. Alright, now we're almost done. What's around here? Nothing. Or nothing I can get to now. I think I need to get the swimming power up to get the but we're done. I've had enough of this world, so let's finish this off. Or fight the boss and then finish this off. Alright. Turn the red plates by hitting them back. Alrighty. Here we go. Here's the boss. Finally. Alright, this is Surami, the ghost robot. He's on that platform, and he will go about that way. He'll throw plates at you. The red ones you can knock back at him. The other ones you bust for things. There you go. Knock him right back at him. I think there's an exploit you can get up on top of that platform, but for the purpose of this, we can just do it this way. Just walk around. Just jump in there, or miss. Jump in there and slash. Actually, no. You know, I think Ibusamaru might be the best way to go here, because his weapon kind of goes in an upward arc, and it's got a wider hitbox. Again, I got enough health, so just keep doing this, and we'll be good. Then I'll do one more thing, and then we will call it for the night, but I will then, as I said, come back to this game, because this is a game I want to show off how this ends. Now he's going the plates a little faster now. Keep running, you'll be fine, and at the end, knock the other one, rock the red ones back. Thankfully, also, when he goes towards you like that, you don't get hurt by him touching you, thankfully. I think I almost got him. You almost done? No, not quite. I guess we have one more phase. Throwing plates all over. Oh, and they're explosive when you hit the ground. Well, it seems like it's easy to miss the red one, too. But I have that backup dumpling, so I'll be good. Gotta avoid the explosions of the points. I think that's it. I think I got him. Yep, I got him. Okay, with that we get one other item. And it's a star piece from Super Mario RPG. It literally looks like the thing. It's called the Miracle Star in this game, though. Ooh. You. Wait, this is a different one. Who's this? Sharon. So it's Baron, Colin, Sharon, and... well, let's see who the other one is. Oh no, my sweet, sweet Sharon robot. That Sharon robot can't keep the power of the barrier that's bloking. That is an interesting one right there. It's bloking. Alright, so... yeah, even by 1998, there was still translation issues going on. So it's bloking passage to Kyushu. That's for you. Why don't you just give up? Guys, Peach Mountain. Why are you blocking anyone from going to Kyushu? What are you planning? Leave me alone. Stop frightening me like that. Oh, there's that woman from the beginning. Oh no, another weirdo. Who are you calling a weirdo? I don't blame you for going dancing that, but me? Guess she has me better. No, not really. As cute as a kitty cat, yet as dignified and beautiful as a lily. Yes, I am none other than Kitty Lily. You guys must be the circus clowns Dance was talking about. Got that wrong, we're no clowns. Guys use illusions, never actually here. Stop being some chicken and come out. Surprised you don't know. Big star like me? You're swamped with fans, making things unsafe. I've never even heard of you. Before you know it, you'll be coming to see us on stage every day. Oh, I know. Wanted to be kind and tell you something helpful. Kyushu's already become our stage. Hey, that's great. Does that mean I can return now? Sure. Before you go, I'm out of foundation. Get the usual best for me, okay? Alright, but you always take forever to pay me back. Well, bye-bye. He's going upwards now. Looks like Kyushu's in all kinds of trouble. Yeah, it appears that way. Well, we should head for there. Okay, so now that we're done, we're gonna save. And we have two things to do. We're gonna go to Kyushu, briefly. And then we got one other thing to do, which is gonna be a massive pain. And I'm gonna play that until I get it, and then we're saving, and then we're done. But there we go. That is the Festival Castle. That is probably the most labyrinthian that I can think of. But definitely its music is amazing, and it's still pretty fun. Even when I was getting kind of, I guess, wondering, like, where am I supposed to go? It was something like, alright, I was able to put it together soon enough. And again, I couldn't really stay mad, necessarily, based on how it was going. We're off to Kyushu, which is not too far from where we are now, so we just have to take a quick walk, and then we're going to take a quick flight back to where we started. Back to Akiyoshida. Is it? Yeah, maybe I didn't pronounce it right. Pick some health up, hopefully, on the way. Okay, now, instead of that one door we came through, or the, okay, yeah, we came through the door at the top, or the bottom here, so I gotta go with the one that's on the left, or from where we are, the right. And this is the way to Kyushu. Right, here we go, this is the gateway viewpoint to Kyushu. My, I never expect to see you here. Oh, it's Amitsu. Remember the girl from the, Uedo General Store? Oh, no, the Uedo, coffee shop from the beginning of the game. There she is. What are you doing in a place like this? Well, I'm on my way to Kyushu on a delivery. What? All the way from Uedo Town to Kyushu? Yes, that's right. Ever since our business was featured in Gourmet Magazine, the phone just won't quit ringing for deliveries. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm in a hurry. See you later. There she goes to, I guess that's towards Kyushu. We went through all that trouble to get this far. Made you come all this way with those dumplings? Maybe she's a lot tougher and stronger than she seems. What are we talking about? We should be headed for Kyushu with her, where the Peach Mountain guys went. Mitsu, you shouldn't be going to Kyushu right now. especially not with that dark, you know, cloud on top of it. And apparently it's taking the island with it. Wow, okay. So it's like Floating Island from Sonic 3. Off it goes into, I guess, that ooze that you jumped into Hazy Maze Cave from R64, but there goes a meat too. It's not gonna be good. That's gonna be the next part of the game, by the way. We go there. Try to get there. Kyushu's now separated from Japan and has disappeared. What should we do? That's easy. We gotta go after Amitsu. Should I say go after Kyushu? But how? I know. We're lost for answers, we should ask the fortune teller. Well, I know where we're going, so we're gonna pull Yai out. We're gonna take the flute back to Edo Town. And we're gonna go back to our house where we started. And this is gonna be the last thing we're gonna do for the night. Where is it? Edo Town. Okay, so now we're back in town. So we got one last thing we have to do for tonight. Actually, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna go to the coffee shop. And get some health. Or not, I guess they're not gonna give me health. But okay, we don't need that for what we're doing. So I need to go home. Briefly. I don't think I need to go to the fortune teller for this to do this. Oh. That guy's... Nah, I don't care. That thief stole my money, but again, I'm not going to care. It's 50 Rio. It's dropping the bucket at this point. Alright, remember, we came out of the house with this on it. No, that's not right. Oh, wait a minute. The Lord is here. Kyushu's also having some problems. Glad I'm not the Lord. Okay, so it's one of these houses. I don't remember which one. Not that one. I thought it was... No. Alright, the Lord and Princess Yuki are in my house because they're displaced. Right, it was the pipe maker's house. He left because he went to Mount Fuji at the beginning of the game, and with that, here we go. This is it. Good of you to come. This is the muscle training gym. You develop your muscles. Once you're done here, push the metal box. I can't see. Yeah, head full of thorns and mouth shaped like an upside-down V. So that is Goemon. Alright, so I have to get his magic for doing this, and this is an annoying minigame, but I want to get this through. Alright, here we go. I have to do the training to get his power-up, and the way this is going to work is the Okakatas are going to come out of those holes. It's like whack-a-mole a little bit, and for a period of time, I have to throw boxes at them, and there's balloons on top of each of these holes. They pop any of them, and it is instant fail. This is such a pain in the ass, I can't tell you. Do this with throwing metal boxes at them. You have to aim with the analog stick and throw the metal boxes with the B button. Try your best to keep the balloon from being popped. Okay, I haven't done this in a while, and I know this took me a long time. So we might be here a bit of time, but when we're done with this, I'm gonna go save, and that's gonna be the end of it. We'll see. Come on. Basically just aim at the holes like this, throw, and go to the left, go to the right a little more. And again, they're going up there, and then they have the spike on their head. Because when you hit them with the box, they'll then drop, and I have to keep them going for 100 seconds. This isn't as easy as it looks, because in a lot of cases I might be off by an inch. and then they're gonna pop my balloon, or they're just gonna go up faster, like that guy. Let's already be on top anyway. I'm not confident. Yeah, that's what often happens. They just keep doing that. You have to be something perfect. But I can keep trying. And again, I want to get this over before I do anything else. And thankfully I can skip the instructions again. I got them once, we don't need them again. You should just time it so as soon as you go over the hole, throw the box on. Just doing that, hope that you hit him. I think I have to throw multiple boxes when they get up high. Oh right, that's what I do. Throw more than one box on them when they come up higher. Because they will get... They will bounce on top and they'll go down lower. In this case, I just need to be absolutely perfect. Oh, that one's gonna get it! See, at that point, then I have to switch between 1 and 2 boxes. But I almost had it. This is probably the worst part of the game, I'm not gonna lie, so at least I want to get this over so I don't have to do it again. And there isn't really a pattern to how they do this, so it's basically just, I have to be lucky. I'll say this, if I can't do this within about 20 minutes, I'm gonna give up for the night and just go save. And I might actually do this off screen next time I come to it, so we're gonna do this. Thank God I did it. I can't believe I did it that fast. Oh my God. I was getting really nervous there. There we go. Through that, we finally got the sudden impact. For cost of some money, you can move heavy things for a specific period of time. Also, whilst the magic power is in effect, you have double attack power, but you also take double the damage. Okay. Probably must serve Japan. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Thank God that is over. That is the worst part of the game. We're finally done with that. By the way, I'll show off what happens. Like with all the other powers, like Bisabara's power, hitting C up. Yeah, he goes Super Saiyan like Goku in Dragon Ball Z. And that lasts for a certain period of time, but we're all set. Actually, okay, I'll tell you one thing we're going to do. I didn't show this off, but now I have a good reason. Because I need to come to the inn anyway to do a save. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to save first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off the room, or show off each of these rooms. I'm going to spend the night, and as I mentioned before, you have the bronze room, the silver room, and the gold suite. Because it is kind of humorous. I'll at least end this with some levity as opposed to the aggravation and, you know, tenseness that I had on that last mission. But anyway, these rooms will give you less, or I guess, depending upon which one you pick, you'll have a more fancy room and you'll recover more health. But I'm going to pick the bronze for a second. It's old and battered, but what can I say? It's our cheapest room. So let's see it. Yeah, we're sleeping on nothing. In a ratted out old shack. I covered some health, but not all of it. And now I'm going to go to the next room. And again, what I'll do is when I come back to this game, I'll have the save I just had, so I'm not going to be wasting my money. So the silver room is your average room in a competitive rate. Now, that's pretty typical. Tatami mats and a nice mat there. So that's a nice sleep. And then lastly, even though my health is full, I'll show this off. No, I'll still spend the night. They will do a warning if your health is full when you do it. Now I have the gold suite. Night of my life. Here we go. So let's have the night of my life before I say goodnight. So here's the room. Yeah, we have geishas fanning me in a luxury suite. There we go. So with that, we're done. Okay, so that's going to call it for Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon for tonight. I will come back to this game eventually, and we'll finish the second half of it. Again, with that sudden impact, that part is done with, and the rest of the game should be smooth sailing. And since I have the save on my controller pack, which is a newer one, so it's not going to corrupt on me like the controller packs sometimes do, I should be good. But, yeah, with that, let me just get Goemon in a better position. You know, let's take this outside. Not in front of that guy. There we go. Alright, give me a nice view of good old Goemon. Sitting there having a breath, having a rest. Yeah, because... yeah, so there you go. That's Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon, the first half. It's a great underrated game for the N64. If you like Zelda, any of the Zelda games, and you want... I like you, man. If you want like a change of pace for your action RPG platform games, this is one I'd recommend. It's not super expensive, but it is a little up there, about 60 so bucks, and you want a controller pack for this if you're gonna get it. But yeah, it's one of my favorite N64 games that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's one that I would highly recommend, and I'm glad to be showing that off, even though Goemon here is a little mad that I'm just standing here talking my head off, but that I think I'll call it a night. As far as Super Old Game Saturday, I might be on next week. I don't know. That's going to be, again, if I'm not here at 7 p.m., you'll know why. But if I am going to be here, I probably will do Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo, which I'll be able to finish that. Okay, there you go. But, and if not, well, I'll be back in 2 weeks, in which case I'll be doing Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse for the Sega Genesis, because November 21st is the 30th anniversary of that game's release in Japan, so I want to show that game all the love it deserves, because it's a wonderful game too. But, as I said, I'll either see you next week, or I'll see you in 2 weeks.